Hey, welcome back to the Metropole Grid. My name is Andre. I hit all the buttons. Thanks for tuning in. It is the 1st of August, so you know what that brings. Patrick, how's it going?
Hey, it's me, the August baby.
Let us know how the audio is going. I think it's okay. We
Yeah.
have problems sometimes with sync and like levels, and it's hard for me to monitor it. So Patrick, very confidently, what'd you have for dinner?
I had Annie's mac and cheese. I put some frozen peas in there, cracked some fresh black pepper in, and a little bit of hot sauce. That was my dinner.
I think you were too loud. How about you say that again at the same level?
Okay. I had some Annie's mac and cheese. I put in some frozen peas and cracked some black pepper in it, a little bit of hot sauce. And that was my
Can
dinner.
your plosives though? You want to work on those a bit? Can you do the peas part again?
Okay.
Yeah.
Some Annie's mac and cheese with cracked
Ooh.
pepper with hot sauce. And my name is Patrick Sklarp.
I think I fixed it. Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to the first again. It's a Thursday night. Pat was meant to join me in person. Unfortunately, at the last minute he couldn't, which means he could not celebrate the big changes here in the Metropole Grid studio. What you might not see off camera, and if you tuned in on a Tuesday afternoon, you could see a man slowly disintegrate. We got a new air conditioner in today, and it
Uh-huh.
is trying to make this room 16 degrees Celsius, which is the
Oh my
lowest
god.
number it can put on it. And boy, is
Yeah.
it trying. I am so excited for the rest of my life. It's gonna be cold in here, man. Feels good.
I have do you have just the do you now have 2 air conditioners in your home? Like, you have 1 in the kitchen, 1 in the office area?
No, we don't. The second air conditioner I have ejected onto the front balcony as it lays on a chair. But it was
Okay.
also failing. Like I don't know what to do with it. I think it needs
Okay,
new
alright,
gas
I
in
see.
it, but it's
Mhm,
yeah, no. We only have one. The apartment's a weird shape.
mhm.
It's hard to cool the whole thing.
Yeah, I have yeah, so I've got a very nice new air conditioner unit. We were talking about the U-shaped unit,
Yeah.
in my bedroom, and then I have an old secondhand unit in my living room. So, basically, when I have people over, they do not get the best air conditioner. I save that for my own self and my hot body when I try to sleep.
I spent a lot of time researching air conditioners, and I'm now technically an expert at Cascadia Hype. Eric, how's it going? For those who don't know, this upcoming weekend is Cascadia, which is the West Coast U.S. Nationals. There's 3 U.S. Nationals. I think it's the final one. I think it was OTG was the first one, and then East Coast was just last weekend. And so West Coast is in Cascadia. If you're going down there, mind you, it's at the boarding house, Mox Boarding House, if I'm not mistaken. And I want to say Bellevue, but I don't actually know. But you
Mm.
probably know if you're going, because you live on that side of the country. But a really big thing is that it's going to be streamed. The channel to which is going to be streamed, you'd literally never guess.
Which one? Which one? Which one?
Uh,
Isengrin.
no, it's Cinderin RP. So I'm going to put the link in chat.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to put the link in the Discord. So this is Alex's Twitch channel. So
Mhm.
you want to go in there and just hit that like notify button. There's only 4 followers. So like if we stream the event to 4 people, it's going to be kind of lonely. So if you want to either good luck at playing on the weekend, good luck at judging all this sort of stuff. I know it's going to be a massive event. ABR right now always be running is down. So I can't show you the event page, but the event page look killer, and it's going to be an incredible event. I know last year people had fantastic stuff to say about Cascadia in person, which was the in-person Continentals. But if you want to just hit that follow button, you'll get a notification when they go live. And I believe they go live on Saturday at around 10 a.m. PST, which is 3 hours behind us. And then I'll be doing some casting for the Top Cut, which starts at, again, 10 a.m. PST on this Sunday. So all that sort
Cool.
of stuff is going to be showing up in just a bit. And I'm super stoked for some high tier competitive organized play. Cascadia. That's also an NPC event, which is pretty hype for what I'm for for NPC leaderboard stuff for folks who
Mhm.
are trying to get those points. How's
Oh,
your
yeah.
how's your NPC leaderboard?
Boy, I haven't checked the NPC website, since, like, a week after I got back from Boston. I don't think I was on the board. I don't think I had gotten fresh blood there yet. An NPC.
But you're a player
Let's
who's
see.
going to be playing at least 2 NPC events, if I'm not
I will
mistaken.
have played it too by the time the player circuit is done,
Which
at
means you have a
least.
chance of having some numbers up on that board more than maybe brothers and sisters out there who played at one event.
Oh my god, I am on the board, Patrick S. 6.75.
Hey, let's go. You can
Okay,
access ABR through the IP address 7846. What, Lucille? I don't know how to do that, but that sounds
Lucy
cool. How's it going, by
Lucille,
the way?
stop fishing the Metropole Grid chat, please. Like, I told you once, I'll tell you again. We're not gonna go to the creepy IP address you keep sending us to.
We got a good stream. We got banging tunes. We got JNet being less laggy
Mm,
still a bit, though. Have a light work day tomorrow. All life's good. Lucille, glad to hear that things are going
mhm.
good. Yeah, ABR unfortunately has been down for a bit. David, how's it going? I'm ready. Welcome to stream. Tron as well. Welcome. Past stream, let's go. The August baby, that's what they call him. Audio is great, fantastic. Not again taking votes on who's going to win Cascadia. I've seen Whiteblade pop into every chat and ask. I think I'm casting my Sokka vote because that's like a safe bet. I'm pretty sure Sengren said the final is a Sokka versus Whiteblade again. I don't think there's any way Whiteblade can win his own event. There's no way. Patrick, you can probably
Well,
pass me if I keep playing the way I have been.
so how are these points calculated? Because I,
I don't
I
know.
I ended up at like 4-4 in Swiss, and I'm at 6.75. So is 6.75 what you get if you're like right in the middle?
Yeah, those are
Okay.
your NANPC beans, I think.
Cool. All right. So
So,
Jeff is at 25-ish.
oh,
Uh, we're both on our way to catching up with who's this Eric Keelback at 131 points.
who's leading
Seems
right
like
now? I should just open this up on the stream.
yeah. No, it is Whiteblade. You know, his own
He's
event. Obviously,
still in first.
we're not gonna comment on that. We're not gonna comment on
He
that.
spent so much time making this whole circuit just so he can come in first. Oh my god, yeah, he's first by a bit.
Yeah, by quite a bit.
There's Charlie, there's Daria. Daria, you flying out west? Daria not against asking yeah, who we think is gonna win. It could be Daria. He's also like a player who's going to be at I think 3, maybe 4 of them this year, which is
Hmm,
fantastic. Mind you, the two McBride brothers are on the west coast if I'm not mistaken, so I have no doubt they're playing on the weekend as well, so they have a chance of locking that top slot as well. There are, I think,
hmm,
actually really favorable choices for who do you think is going to win the event as well. Alex
okay.
Boyd, Arzon's doing great too. I don't know if that's
hmm
mostly the finish in NPC Boston, but that's really fantastic. I'm not sure how many Arzon's been gaming in. It needs to be
Terrence is the
updated for
Terrence we
NPC
know from
Philly.
Toronto, I think.
Yeah, because he won the NPC Toronto a
Cool. Yeah.
couple months ago.
And who the heck is Doctor Awkward?
Dr. Arthur is a player from the, I'm going to say
Well, I get
Midwest. He's been playing Netrunner for a
okay.
while. Yeah.
Okay, I guess I just didn't recognize the name.
Wenchunk, how's it going? Yeah, no, a lot of
Hey,
these
went
names
John.
are relatively recognizable from
hmm
like competitive, play. Imagine organizing an event just to win it. Who would ever do that? Not me. I came in second the last CO I ran. Part of me wants to play in NANPC Montreal, but I think I won't. I think I definitely won't. I'm gonna take the time to make sure tournament organization, all that sort of stuff runs smoothly. But for those who like organize an event well and also play in it, like that's really quite difficult. And I know a lot of
Yeah.
people are doing that as well.
hmm
So yeah, it's missing the NPC Philly, so those are gonna be updated relatively soon, which is seems important. Some nerd winning his own circuit. Hey, Augie.
Yeah. Do we want to
Um,
talk a little bit about Montreal and NPC?
Yeah, I can't open the ABR page. The tickets aren't up yet,
Okay.
which is a bit unfortunate. I want them to be up. We'll have a video up next week talking about like some basic stuff. For those who don't
hmm
know, August 24th and 25th in Montreal, we're running, I think it's the penultimate NPC event of the year. For obviously, we just brought up a leaderboard and talked about leaderboard points and stuff like that. It honestly doesn't matter. It matters for like 16 people who are really kind of vying for that. If you win it, that's phenomenal. But I would not run an NPC event if it wasn't an event that is very good for all levels of play. We just want to basically have an excuse to run a massive event in Montreal, and that's what we're doing August 24th and 25th. We're at the Silver
Yeah.
Goblin. Maddie's been hard at work at our prize support. Just to show you some more updates. You can't really see, but in front of me, there's literally like 30 different birds. Maddie's been working on these. These are going to be participation prizes. I've shown them before. They're little crochet birds. They're meant to be used
hmm
as Banhar tokens, so you can mark your Banhar server. This one's an Anarch one. This one is a criminal one. Then we have like the digital one from on the card. There's some that are just a bit more specific birds. That's an eagle, and then there's some really goofy ones. There's technically a rarity system where there's like some one-ofs that are going to be in the bag you reach into, but then there's a
Oh
bunch of
my
them that are
god.
relatively more common as well. So
hmm
like have fun, pick a bird, and then you can trade it amongst your friends
Yeah.
if at some point. That's the
So
link for
so
NPC Montreal. Lucille, how are you doing this?
the last time I hung out with you guys, uh, she was taking requests, and I think you went for more like traditional bird colors, your browns, your browns,
I'm getting
and
roasted for this.
yeah, and I wanted more like something colorful, something bright. I also wanted for myself like a Sam the Eagle bird with really thick black eyebrows, so I could replicate my Facebook photo.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the first one I asked for was like the accurate brown, like because it is a Mongolian
Yeah.
falcon, and Maddie made the
hmm
accurate brown one. I'm the only I
hmm
know I've said this before as a kid when they gave me crayons and they colored a scene. Most things I'd color brown because it turns out most things in a residential, I don't know, things like it's a table and chairs. I gotta color them brown and brown because they're made
Yeah.
of wood.
The
Besides the
opposite of
point.
neon. That's Andre's favorite color. When you played Pokemon, did you like find Pidgey and Rattata and then like taking it all the way to Elite Four, baby?
No, they were boring and not very good.
Okay.
This one's HB. But point being, There's a lot more
Oh, it's HB.
colors,
Yep.
and we try to do faction ones too, which is sick. There's other stuff too, like the big frogs behind us. Those are going to be raffled away. We also have, I love these. These turned out fantastic, like Physarum and Tangler, little yellow guys. Pat can't see my
Oh,
camera,
yeah.
but like they're
No, I
crocheted slime
cool.
molds.
I do have YouTube open in another channel,
Oh, okay,
so
cool. Um, Sick. Anyways, that's coming up. We're really stoked. There's more prize support coming in. Oh, I'm going to be reprinting the Montreal SMCs that we had from last year with a slightly different
mm,
number in the bottom right corner. So if you haven't got a Montreal SMC, you haven't played in a competitive event in Montreal, we'll be able to get those to you. And we're looking to do some other stuff as well. There might be some more acrylic stuff. I need to talk to Ken about some token stuff. That's been on the back list, unfortunately, for a bit. But there's going to be some really good prize support. We'd be stoked if you can make it in. And if you have any questions
cool.
between now and then about making it to Montreal or whatever it would take to make it more comfortable, please hit us up in the comments. I'm working on some gold foil arts for upcoming stuff. Ooh, super
Oh my god,
cool.
what are you? That's really cool. I also in preparation for NANPC Montreal, the coworkers that I'm helping train, I have
Yeah,
sent them like Proxy Nexus PDFs to print out and, and cut up for to make their own decks now.
heck yeah.
So that's happening. It's like very basic, like good stuff, Zaya and the PD that everyone would play PD with. So this is
I,
just a regular good deck, nothing too fancy.
were you mentioning it? Someone mentioned it on the stream on Tuesday that this it's cool that in standard right now, basically every runner faction has a really good learn to play deck. Like if you're Shaper, I'd
Mm,
recommend something like this for Kit. If you're Anarch, I'd recommend Hoshiko. If you're Criminal, I'd recommend Zaya. And I think they're
mm.
relatively straightforward, which is great. Good stuff. Zaya's been killing it lately. Jeff, I wasn't able to watch the whole stream, but I was so jealous on your Tuesday night stream because my Tuesday day stream was miserable. Just grinding, really upsetting Pudma. I also want to shout out Hemra here,
Mm.
who posted a list of the 6 at the Southwest Regionals in Bristol, 50 players. This deck did terribly. But the runner deck, sorry, the corp deck did really well. And like Hemmer's talked about in the write-up, this Padma deck did not do anything, unfortunately. There's a history about trying out Metropole Grid. We've been talking about Padma. Sokka
Mhm.
played this Amelia Earhart version. And at the end of the day, like, I don't think anyone's Padma is bringing up their score in any tournament. I don't want to, we've talked about Padma enough, but I
Mm.
was so jealous watching you just play like good stuff fundamentals. I'd be like, yeah, this is the Netrunner I like. This is what I should be doing. I caught a bit of that. Padma
uh,
seems rough. Yeah, it's really, really hard.
that's amazing that Bristol had such a big turnout. Oh, did
Oh
any of
yeah, sold out.
the shut up and sit down guys ever play in Bristol? I wonder.
I
Probably not.
don't know. Yeah, but it's the whole UK regional scene that's been organized this year. The
Mm.
first 2 events I think
Oh,
are
of course,
entirely
yeah, that's
sold
great.
out. So they've been doing really, really
Hmm.
good. This is, mind you, all the stuff that was announced before, and I'm glad that it whatever happened on the timeline. But obviously next year we're gonna have the regional like events from NSG
Hmm.
side. Clearly there's an interest for it, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Lucille's saying Kit over Reglat for Learn to Play. Oh yeah, you're right. Actually, Reglat was a fine
Mm.
option. I think both Kit and Reglat are reasonable. I think we were looking at a Reglat on Tuesday, and that was our recommendation. I think a kit like deck like this is also really relatively easy to play and smooth because you can just give
Hmm.
any kit player Lobisomem on the table if they get a downward
Hmm.
spark, and then they can just run anything and not really worry about it too much. But I think Reglat's also quite
a,
fun.
a lot of people have recommended Asa as a beginner
I don't
like
like
deck.
it.
I don't think that makes sense. Like I looked at it because like, oh well, that's fun. Like that's an interesting. This like, hey, this is the essence of what Anarch is all about. You will destroy yourself to win. But I don't think that's good for a new player necessarily, they like unless that's really what their personality is kind of tilting towards.
I think Reglat's harder to play than Kit. I think so. I think the Kit's way easier to play. I've been slamming to R plus more. I'm scared. Yeah, me too. But such is JNet sometimes.
Hmm.
Kit might be too easy. So I've mentioned this on the channel before, and I always feel a bit awkward reiterating the same points, but I don't know.
Hmm.
Some people don't watch. Most people don't watch every single stream. Um, the reason I don't like Esâ as a new player thing, and I've seen actually Esâ be recommended locally a lot of times as a new player identity, is kind of like the noise issue where back in the day, new players would end up playing noise in FFG Netrunner Day because this was the course at Anarch. And a lot of players just stopped interacting or never even started interacting with parts of the
Hmm.
game that are some of the most important parts of the game, right? Like face checking dice, pressuring servers, making people res stuff, right? A lot of times they would see noise and be like, oh, my win condition is playing a lot of viruses. And then they would play this really kind of uninteractive, uninteresting Netrunner game in which they installed a bunch of stuff. And I think I've
Yeah.
seen newer players in the same spot be like, oh, I don't have my Begamut down. I'm just going to play as many sabotage cards and then run archives when there's 6 cards in there and hope that I do something. And
Hmm.
like, maybe that's fun. Maybe that is fun, but I just worry that it sometimes promotes like bad fundamentals, like fundamentals that actually are detrimental to learning the game for most other factions.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. What build is Reglat? I think one of the lat decks that we looked at on Tuesday was really, really quite good. I think the lat decks that we want to talk about are like Swift lat decks. Like the 2 deep dive Swift lat decks. Like this is not one that I was thinking of. But like Wenjong had a list posted. Somebody else posted a very similar
Deep
list.
dive Swift lat deck. Let me
Yeah,
see.
exactly. Uh Swift lat, Rohit probably is playing something very similar. This was, mind you, Rohit played at East Coast Nationals, making top cup, Swift left, version 4.1. I think these decks are very, very, very cool. So it's like 24 events. This has Swift instead of Onacom. I think Swift is maybe a bit easier to remember your trigger. I'm not sure if that's the case or not. And then you have Deep Dive as a win condition, you have Trick Shot as a win condition, and then you just play the straightforward Breakers and Turbine. This deck is probably harder to play than Kit because obviously you need to juggle getting a lot of different things on the table, and then your SMCs and your simul chips have to be used with a bit more foresight. But it's very, very smooth to play. I think this is probably what I'd recommend after Kit if people don't enjoy Kit, because you can do Swift Deep Dive versus Events Onacom. Yeah. I think this one's a bit more fun. It feels more on tempo. Weirdly, I don't know. Onacom's a good card. Do you want to play some of John's list? The current.
Let's play some of John's list, yeah, and see if
Cool.
we can do even better than he did with it.
We're gonna have to invite ourselves to an even bigger nationals.
I guess so. I was looking at Cascadia on ABR. Yes, I am using the disturbing,
Illegal links.
the illegal links that have been shared. It's already up to 40 people who are committed to going on ABR, and
Yeah.
both of us know how unreliable people are about actually saying they're going on ABR. So that's going to
Oh,
be
it's
a
gonna be
huge
huge.
event.
It's gonna be
It's
really,
going to
really
be
big.
enormous. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
probably gonna be the biggest in-person event in North America, barring, well, NANPC Montreal, but barring Worlds.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be massive. But like the West Coast, specifically Cascadia, for the last 2
mhm.
years, there's been such an investment when it comes to organized play culture. So like all the folks from BC, from British Columbia, have been crossing the border. People from Seattle, people from Oregon, like everyone's been traveling to that center point.
Yeah.
So it just has like a really, really vibrant scene. So it's
Cool.
stoked that they have that.
Yeah, and
Lucille.
we're gonna frickin' smash it into the ground with NANPC Montreal.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So this is, we're playing Lucille. Let's go, Lucille. So this is 40 card Asmari. So this is the winninger deck that John brought to the event. We don't have a lot of tech into the deck. We have Onacom, which is good into punitive. We have Burner. Actually, we're holding a fair bit of tech in our hand. But one of the
Burner's gonna be
biggest
pretty
things,
useful. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
one of the biggest things with this matchup is that like we have one pinhole, which is a bummer. We have no stone chip chart rooms, which is a bummer. But we need to be able to like contest the remote server as quickly as possible. So this hand we can like rigging up Onacom. A Burner will matter on turns to get rid of punitives and stuff like this. Like, I don't love re-education combo. I think it's very powerful. I don't think it's long for the competitive game, but what do you think about this hand? I think it's fine.
Yeah, this is totally workable. I like this.
Hey, Jai.
Why do you think it's not long for do you think like it's gonna be banned, or you think people are just gonna figure it out?
I think
And
there's no way that re-education is good for the game. I think it's just brain rewiring. Didn't brain rewiring get banned? It's the same thing.
I
I
don't
don't
know if
know.
brain rewiring got banned. It must have been. It must have.
It feels like it might have. Maybe Terminal Directive left sooner than that.
Yeah,
But
that's possible.
so I've been editing together. I finished editing today. Wow, things have been running really slow, but I think it's just my computer. My computer's really framey. I'm worried.
It
I'm
was
gonna.
restricted
It was
in the
restricted.
MWL 2.0, 2.1, 2.2 is restricted. That's it.
Okay, we're going to rigging up Onacom to start.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we need to keep our money up. This deck asks you to do a lot. You need to keep your money up. You need to get access to breakers. You need to get tech. So we could Bravado to HQ.
Bravado HQ?
Bravado server 1 might be better because she's less incentivized to res. Not that the access is that good.
Yeah.
The
The access is notably worse.
She mulliganed. Yeah, you want to go HQ, see what happens?
And we kind of do want her to res.
Yeah, we want to find out what it was.
How terrible could it be for us?
I think worst case is either ping, which the tag doesn't matter unless we care about planogram, which we did. Oh, Sarievna is not good.
But, yeah, that's not good, actually.
Yeah, that's true. That's not good. Oh, we lost the burner. That's a bummer.
There's another one.
That's good.
That's great, actually. So, joke's on you.
So I'm going to draw once, and I think we're just going to remove the tag so that planogram isn't totally cracked.
100%, yes.
Now, she still easily has here. Punitive is unlikely for us to die. Well, actually, no, we could die to punitive. We could actually just like straight up die to punitive on this turn. Maybe we
Credit,
made a
credit.
mistake.
If
No.
she has planogram.
No, just like YDL. Yeah, we lose.
Oh, YDL. Yeah, there we go. Whoops.
Yeah. No. Whoops. Good
All
game.
right. Whoops. Yep. GG. Thanks for the game. Love that.
I was actually surprised, and I think it's kind of reasonable. A lot of folks on Tuesday were talking about how they'd be happy if Punitive left the game. Thanks a game. Not
Yeah.
sure we
I
want to
mean,
draw or just 3 play creative. Yeah, draw to 3 was very, very reasonable. I totally forgot. Like we passed our turn and then I was like, wait, we died to punitive. So our 2 options were either draw to 3, then she needs double punitive, or play creative, and then she needs like YDL into econ card into punitive. So we definitely should have drawn. I think the difference between her getting the planogram, maybe it's still messed up because then she does planogram, YDL, punitive, we still get cooked.
yeah. I would miss punitive because it's felt like it's been such an important part of the game for such a long time. Like something that says like if you steal agendas, I get revenge. I think
Yeah.
is I think that is useful for the game, but I
Don't worry, we got
understand why
Oppo.
maybe.
We got Oppo, we're good, right?
Yeah, we got Oppo. We'll be fine. Yeah,
Yeah,
Lucille says
we
I'm playing this deck and I am rallying for the punitive ban. So
I needed to think through that a bit more. Yeah, we definitely shouldn't have died there. I think we could have played around that. Competitive, I think. Punitive isn't the reason the deck's unreasonable. It's one of the big reasons, Vicetron. Because it's one question to say, can you break into my remote server and steal to disrupt the combo? But then can you do that and survive? From my like viewing of this deck at Canadian Nationals, every single kill that I saw, every single win that I saw, and I haven't seen the deck lose a lot of games, was through punitive. Because yeah, you're right. Maybe they can get it. Maybe they can barely stop you, but they have to be able to barely stop you while also not dying to double or triple punitive.
yeah. Hey, Utkarsh. No, we're doing John's Lobisomem Kit. I
Hey,
guess it's not
Bonsomi too.
John's kit. I'm not sure if it's John's or not.
Best of luck. Have fun. YDL would not miss at all. YDL is such a cool card, but okay. So now it's op. So I know Tron's been grinding more acid-based op, so like dealing with an archer early, that sort of stuff. We have not a lot of acid tech. The best we have is trick shot. Early cataloger against op. Talk about my Tuesdays. I don't love it. Rigging up on this hand's pretty butt.
Yeah, rigging up isn't gonna. It does. I mean, it does a little bit with cataloger, of course, but I'd rather mulligan this.
Yeah.
I think we can just do something better than this.
Spark is good.
Yep.
So we can like spark creative turn 1. We'll see what happens. The worst case here is that Rashida is like medium bad. Full bad is imagine we had a trick shot. Full bad is what's it called? The eminent domain. Okay.
Draw. Spark.
You generally don't want to
creative.
draw when you have spark in your hand, right?
Oh, that's a good point. Okay, so spark first, then draw.
Do we want to contest an eminent? I think we actually run first. Click 1.
Run for. Okay. You do you.
So we could spark first. We only get destroyed if this is a Stavka if we were spark first. I don't think it's a Stavka, but like in theory we can see what this is. If it's an Afshar, we get face check punished and we lose 2 credits. That's not great. But like generally with op, you want to force them to res their ice to figure out what this is. If it's a sandstone, like can we deal with it? Baby. Oh, but then it eats Kit's ability. And we need Kit's ability. Maybe we do spark credit run.
Spark credit run. That makes sense to me. I think spark credit run.
Oh, it's an orca. Shit, that's bad.
Ah, it's the wrong one. Damn it.
Oh, that's really bad. All right, we do with Stavka too. I'm still gonna run it.
Well,
right?
we don't have to run though. We don't have to run.
But there's no way it's a Stavka.
All right. Hit it.
Right, like we're just hoping that Sandstone gets rezzed. And if it's an Afshare, we can still do credit creative, right? Like we just want to force some money out of Tron's pocket. Because now he has to pay to protect a Rashida.
Spark creative run might have been an interesting play.
With the Orca, we don't need the money. So is this a wall-to-wall? It's a wall-to-wall. Bummer.
It's wall-to-wall. Can't do anything about it. That's fine. Cool.
Rashida on server 2?
Oh, that would be so.
It sort of has to be. Oh, Maryland. Okay. Well, now the wall-to-wall's not that good. So that means that Tron probably has like an extract in hand that he's dealing with the Maryland right ahead. 1 credit off. Yeah, I'm not sure if we would have trashed a wall-to-wall going down to 0 credits when we can't creative. We probably wouldn't have trashed it. Okay, so I think Tron knows that I don't actually have a big reason to check all of these, so that he probably does put something on the table that we care about. Right now, cards that we care about, Svigator is probably on the table. That's a bit too expensive for us to trash. If we have a Dirty Laundry, we can check that. Rashida on the table is likely because server one's busy. But I think we could do like Nuka, draw Nuka, hopefully get a run event. I think every game I played against Tron, I've dirty laundried a remote server and just it's been a spin doctor. And like that's just kind of the meta right now for me. But
You can't do that. That's your fault. I have no sympathy for you.
oh, you
Ooh.
want to do a trick shot
What?
instead? We can't steal
I
SDS.
Yeah, we can. We've got I see a program there. Do you not see a program there?
Do you want to start with the dirty laundry to get some info? That'll drop us to
We
4 credits so we can trash anything and then we can trick shot maybe.
um I'd sooner just trick shot, and we have to steal the SDS. Like SDS can't just be our last agenda. I think I'm open to stealing the SDS if we catch it.
We have
Just to be
more
clear.
compiles, so we could. Yeah, you're right. That's fine. Croy, this is game 2. You wouldn't believe it. How's it going, by the way? Catalog into trick next turn. Cataloger's not very good against op because they have like 700 different shuffle effects, including this one. Game 2, yeah. Yeah, we lost on turn 1.
Yeah. I mean, like this one, the rare Pat streams where we're actually getting through a lot of games in one sitting.
We lose to Archer. We'll be able to break Archer with Lobisomem, let alone we have I think multiple copies to compile. What's server pet? Find the Svigator.
Ooh, interesting. Four is Figator numbers.
Sviga 4. Please be expensive. Please be expensive. Oh, Patrick. He's just built different.
I'm just built different, you know?
Okay, which one are we dirty
The
laundering?
goat. Canadian sniper. Thank you very much, Meteor. Which one are we dirty laundering?
Or do we just play cast down? I think we dirty laundry. We'll be on 3 credits. We can trash everything besides Svi. So here we're looking for Eminence. We're looking for Rashidas.
I genuinely don't think dirty laundering 3 or 5 is good. Like one of them has to be a spin doctor, and he's got cards that he'll shuffle it. Like
So you want to do daily cast or you want dirty laundry HQ?
I'd rather daily cast here.
Okay. I like the interaction. We'll see how bad they are.
Yeah, we could have Thanos.
Mine's in the wash. No joke. So we don't know what server 5 is. I think it's an agenda, Patrick. Unless it's a spin doctor. Or powers that be. Laundry Merrill's legit. Yeah, trashing to Maryland's kind of fine. With one Svigator down, right? Like, he still has something good to extract. But that is a lot of money for the deck. Okay, Ice on HQ is telling. That's probably the Afshar. We saw that get drawn. Do we want to start with Nuka? We trick shot a server 6 or a Maryland?
Yeah, well, let's start with the Nuka to see what happens.
Weekly
I'm
appeal
also
to Metropolitan merge. Oh, we drew Lobi. That's terrible.
Surely there's ways to shuffle that back in.
We can compile it, or we can rigging it up for 5.
That's true. Yeah, rigging it up is not so bad. Trick shot and then maybe trash one of the Marylands. Like, yeah, it shuffles in, but then we can run our R&D again.
Okay, that's good to know. Which server? We think 5 is either a spin doctor or powers that be. It's definitely not Svigator.
Here it is. You run the bigger Maryland, you trash it. If they shuffle, we run R&D again with the dirty laundry.
I don't think we want to be going singles on R&D. We want to be controlling the board. We lose to the board. We don't lose to singles on R&D.
Okay, so let's control the board by trashing a Maryland, so they're not making this much money.
Saving the game for my better kit propaganda needs. Sorry. This is an option. So stacking servers is an option you can do. It's in settings, I believe. You can stack cards. I use this so that, so that like asset spam is a bit more manageable. You don't have to use that setting. It doesn't fundamentally affect the rules of the game. This obviously makes it less clear what we're running, but our opponent only sees it if they opt into that. It's been around in JNF for a long time. It's not a cyber feeder thing. So they shuffled. So he's not drawing a board control. That's actually probably the best part for us. Do you want to dirty laundry server 6? I don't. I think we can dirty laundry R&D.
Well, why would we dirty laundry one of these servers? We wouldn't be able to afford anything. Let's just run one of the servers.
Because we can trash a Rashida, we get information, but we need to get our money up. Because we need to play a Lobisomem from hand in the near future, and we have no card draws. So we could do like dirty laundry R&D, install daily casts, maybe?
Yeah, sure. I mean, obviously, let's not bother going for singles off this op deck.
I looked at her hand. I was like, nah, that's right. Okay, now the Maryland campaign is maybe worth trashing because it's going to get extracted for like 8 credits.
A little bit, right?
Yeah.
I think that's worthwhile.
Immediately gets above the lot. Yeah, that'd be actually quite bad if that's the above the law for some reason. I don't know what 6 is. We shouldn't be going for singles. Yeah, but then we had a dirty laundry, and this is our hand. It's like, what else are we gonna run? They shuffled, so he drew unknown.
Cool.
He
Yeah,
finally
I'm
got
okay
to
with
where
this.
you wanted. Yeah, exactly. All right, now we made wall to wall its own card. Very notably, the card that advances doesn't have to be an advanceable card.
Hmm.
Fuck, it was a Cali testing.
Oh, interesting.
That
That's
actually could be
fun.
an above the law. It's probably an eminent though. Oh, whew. We should have checked that. Now the game is cooked.
Mm. Mm. That's okay. We've got a sentry
We have an
breaker.
Orca. Yeah, you're right. We break it for 4. We actually break it for 4. That's really funny. Okay, so we know HQ is an Afshar. There's probably something in hand. This Maryland campaign probably has to go. We have no more card draw.
Okay. So why don't we use the basic action card?
Okay.
Oh, you know, while I was that might be helpful to keep in hand. While I was teaching one of my new players, they asked one of those all important questions, which is like, can you put advancement tokens on anything? And I said, no, 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 unless the card says place advancement tokens, which case, yes, you can.
Yeah, it's very intuitive.
Yeah, get ready for this.
I'm just dealing with the board. I think I'm actually going to contest the wall to wall after this.
Hmm.
I think we have enough money to deal with the wall to wall.
Or at least, yeah, they probably won't res this. What is it like a?
That's a nice wall. That's fine.
Oh, okay, that's a nice wall.
But not if it says on a card that can be advanced. There's an extra layer there.
So you can place advancement counters on all cards except the ones that can be advanced.
They should have a keyword that says unadvanceable. Just
Yeah.
put on every icebreaker so we don't get
Because
confused.
she was looking at like I seamlessed an agenda, and she's like, "Wait, you can put advanced?" And I'm like, yes, with seamless you can because it says place, and it doesn't have any specifications. Some cards will have specifications. I don't have any of those to show you right now. Just trust me.
So we can go HQ, server 8 and server 9. It could be Maryland's for days. We don't know. We have been
Hmm.
checking them consistently. The deck is probably not on wall to wall anymore. But if we have a run event, we can go HQ and he can't really do anything about it.
Hmm.
Should we draw?
You, yeah, might as well draw first. That's one of the 7 great tips.
Yeah.
Draw again.
Okay. So we probably run HQ. If there's an SDS in it, we eat the Orca, and then we can check one of these servers.
Hmm.
Or we probably play daily cast. Do you want to go HQ or server 8 or 9?
Let's do 9.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's do 9. Let's do 9. We all love
I
9.
like the HQ run a fair bit. I think there has to be an agenda in there. It's a Hearts and Minds. Oh, he is on Hearts and Minds. All right.
That's trashable. That's totally trashable.
You wanna-
Daily casts.
Yeah. We could get an above the law on the table, but that'd be pretty wild.
And yeah, discarding Lobi at some point to compile it back is
It's not
maybe a play.
bulletproof. It actually might be better for us to rigging it up. Because if we discard Lobi, it goes to the bottom of our deck, and then we can't actually break until we draw a Spark of Inspiration, which is only 2 in the deck. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's not the easiest.
True. Oh, that's true, Core. Speaking of can be advanced cards, like okay, no, okay, get this. There's a card called Hearts and Minds. We're going to talk about advanceable cards and cards that can be advanced.
All right. So now there's 2 things. Oh, so that's definitely an agenda. So how do we deal with this? Which we can't, probably. We'd have to just force him to spend money. And I think if we can deal with server 1, we have to deal with server 5 because it's likely a what's it called? A powers that be.
So.
Yeah. I think we diesel.
Yeah, let's diesel. Let's
if
diesel
we
for an answer.
find a rigging up, we can rigging up the Lobi. After sure gamble, we can run it. It'll probably be board control. It'll be probably pretty bad. So we have to deal with Rashida server 5. We don't know what server 8 is, right? Okay.
Dirty Laundry Rashida.
Yeah.
Seems like the start.
We can't contest server 1 because something's already rezzed. Patrick's saying the peak. So what's the deal with airline food cadence with advance a little bit? Yeah, he's used to that.
Yeah,
Shtick.
I think we're all used to that. I've got a very tight 35 on advanceable cards that I'm going to be doing at the next Worlds that I go to.
This has to be powers that be. Oh, it's a spin doctor. So now do we run server 8 and discard a card? I don't think we can let a powers that be fire. And like he doesn't have a 2-coster res, so he can't go get one.
That's a good point. Yeah, I think trashing the powers that be, if we know it's there, is worthwhile.
Kalium virus. Okay, so what card are we discarding from our hand? Blood Rest or shoot somewhere else then before start a turn? Yeah, it won't fire start a turn. This is a wall
I
to
mean,
wall? Shit.
we do have the compile in hand. Like, we can safely trash Lobi.
Yeah, okay, and then it's gonna get hit by IZF.
Yeah, of course, that's how it goes. We've got another compile though, right?
Yeah, we have all three, I think. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
we have
yeah, we're
three.
fine.
Let me just check real
Yes, we
quick.
got 3 compiles.
Okay, huge. Triple advance. Don't lose the daily cast. It's an IZF. Getting another Spin Doctor or a Rashida in the remote server. Just doing... Oh, a Sphegator. Okay. We lost a burner
Hmm.
and a gamble. Bummer. All right.
Hmm.
DJ Fenders for Quetzal's reasonable to matchup. So is Los, because there's a lot of money. We probably want to overclock the Sphegator, but it's not like it's going to do anything this turn. You think he's going to trash an Archer?
No. But it's worth trashing anyway, right? Like, no, I guess you're right. Like, it is
I don't
not
think
a
it is.
concern.
Yeah. We
Is
could
it worth
force the
drawing
Afshar
again?
res on HQ, which costs 3. Not for Lou.
Hmm.
It might be a bit too slow for Lou. We've already trashed a lot of stuff. I think in Kit, like, there's some incentive to go because the problem is like we can't deal with barriers too well. Like there's ice walls, there's sandstones, there's border controls, and Quetzal deals with all of them as much as she doesn't deal with the border control and the run. Like it's pretty
Hmm.
reasonable. Sorry, you're saying to draw?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
draw.
I think it's fine. Is the game
Hmm.
slow enough that we can do prepaid into? Yeah, the other option is we could do like DJ Fender for Steve run HQ, but then we discard a card. I think it's too late. We know this is an Afshar, and if Tron res is an Afshar, then he can Sphegator it. So I don't think we want to run HQ unless we're also committing to
Hmm.
the Afshar, to the
Let
Sphegator.
Let's do prepaid creative. I think the game, we're just about the midway point. I think we can get the value from it.
I struggle to figure out whether prepaid's ever worth it when you're 20 cards through your deck, and it might not be. Oh, just Sphegator for, yeah, any money would be fine there. We probably should have contested the Sphegator.
That's true. I kind of forgot that you can. Sometimes when I'm playing up, I forget that you can just do unrest cards.
Yeah. Because, like, we're going to lose in 2-3 turns. If this is an upgrade, it's a problem for us.
Hmm.
Now we
And I'm
need to consider DJ
sensing.
Reyna. I think Op beats it. Okay,
All right,
so
so
now we're in a bad spot.
do we compile into that server?
You tell me. Do we?
Don't we? Do we? Yeah. Why don't we? Why don't we compile into
Do
that
we
server?
Fenris for Quetzal first?
2 ice deep. We're gonna get Lobi. We're gonna get a counter on it. I don't. Sure.
Or do we Fenris first open HQ and we go for like 17 trick shots? I think we probably go HQ now.
Hmm. Okay. So Fenris for Steve.
You can pause that server, you
Get
get
it.
snap BC resed? Yeah, probably.
Hmm.
But like, how do we beat that? I don't think we can beat that. Like we,
Oh,
if
can
sorry,
you hover over compile? Maybe I forgot some of that.
make a run.
Uh,
The first time you encounter a piece of ice, you may search your stack or heap for a program, install it, and at the end of the run, it goes to the bottom of your deck.
mhm. Okay, yeah. So whether it's successful or not, it goes to the bottom of your deck. I don't think that's not
Yeah,
a huge issue. If they pop a border control like that, that's not the end of the world for us.
no. But do we do DJ Quetzal or not? No matter what, we'll
I
be
don't.
able to get through 2 barriers with compile, so I don't think we need to.
Yeah. I don't think we do it for this.
Okay,
I
I'm
think we
just sending it.
compile.
They can pop
If they
BC before you
do,
encounter. Yeah, but that's fine then, I think. Right? Like, if they pop a border control, they pop a border control.
hmm
Like, we're not beating that. They get instant pop. Yeah, they can pop on approach. This is when you encounter. So, like, if they want to do it, he can do it. 200 IQ plays not to res either ice in the compile line. Yeah, often it is correct. And if
a
it's
little bit. Yeah.
Rashida, he might not. Yeah, it looks like it's no res. It's fine. It costs us a credit. Oh, that was better than I thought.
Okay, that's interesting. I guess they were going for the 200 IQ play of not even letting us get Lobi out.
Do we
Sure.
do Fenris HQ for DJ Steve Dirty Laundry Server 13?
I love that actually. I really love that.
Daojan, how's it going, man?
Hey, Daishin, it's been a while. I haven't been to Tuesdays at L'Expedition in forever.
Me neither. And I need to start
Tu
making gum this month.
Yeah, Tuesday just never seems to be the right day for me, unfortunately.
We'll try Shishida. So what the
Of
heck is
course.
server 13? We need to be drawing more powers. I guess we're already here, huh?
Yeah, yeah, trash, of course. Of course.
He could see the spin. He probably does. The problem is like, well, now HQ's open, so he has to ice at HQ, because if he doesn't ice at HQ, we can get like 2 trick shots, which can win the game. Cataloger actually, once the spin doctor's gone, has a chance of winning the game too, because we just need to find one three coster, 3-pointer. Maybe they hope you'd buy the BC bluff and never ice his BC, and neither ice. We saw one border control in R&D, which was shuffled back after Maryland. But it's likely that this is just like sandstone into something.
Sandstone, another ice wall or something.
Or just a code gate, yeah. Like
maybe
descent. I don't think the deck's on that cat. Oh yeah, maybe
no,
it
that
is.
makes sense.
It used to be.
I mean, that one advancement is just from wall to wall.
Okay,
anyway.
that's an agenda.
It's got to be, unless.
So, do you think we just do cataloger into run HQ into trick shot?
Yeah, I like that.
So that we shouldn't show the cataloger. There's no reason to show it. Is there any way we can get into the remote server, right? Like we'd have to draw into a compile. Yeah, it's so hard for us to get the Lobi on the table.
Hang on a second. We've got a narrative problem from NSG. So I'm going to give you the password right now. It is...
Aaron, you don't know, but we've been hanging out all afternoon. I just finished editing your game against Mikhail. We could die to Azia if we would keep too few cards in hand, but whatever. We actually don't even need a trick shot if we're just going overclock. Should we just get 2 diesels here then? Because I think we just do catalog or overclock.
Catalog overclock?
Because like we're not going to see 2 cards with trick shot.
Yeah, sure. We have the overclock in hand. Might as well do that.
Yeah. All the Azifs on the board can't die to Azif. Oh, so true. So true.
But you know what we can die to?
Oh, Audacity. That's scary.
Anemone Op. One of my favorites.
One of the decks of all time. Get back Compiler Spark. That might be fair too. It actually might have been really reasonable, but we have a very good line here. I think that's a very good line though. Choose between the 2 program recursion cards. We've been getting good value. We've been pre-baiting every turn, which is nice.
They would have to give us Compile, right? Compile is just the worst choice.
No, they would give us Spark. Actually, it's not good because we have no more Lobis in our deck.
That's right.
Yeah, they would give us Spark. Yeah, it's actually
that's a great point. Yeah.
Yeah. Forgot about that. GG. Bless your soul.
Oh, sorry, excuse me. Yeah, we haven't seen Reaper function. I'm also someone who puts Reaper function in my optic decks.
This is advanced, so there's...
Yeah, it's not going to be that.
Let him pop and Geo shuffle. Yeah, D got nothing. Let's just hit the button. All right, clean board state, man. GG.
Okay.
Those games are exciting. SDS and remote. You can combo out real hard and win next turn, right? So next turn, actually, Tehran could win. So if this is like an Aziev, you can do Aziev trash, or so what can you do here? You need like Aziev trash the Archer. Archer gets like a calibration testing. Calibration testing helps you score it. Like you actually...
We know it's not Aziev. All 3 Azievs are gone.
Sorry, just a 3-2.
Yeah, okay.
Because now you
3-2
can...
the trashes.
Oh, that's it. I thought he'd be able to do more. I compile them back.
We earned about 1 credit with prepaid. Thank you very much. Not profit, of course.
No, yeah, but the threat of the prepaid is what puts fear in their
exactly.
eyes.
Yeah, it made him like rush and made him tilt. We were able to take advantage of that.
So I assume Tehran would do something where like if he Sphygatours the Archer, he can get calibration testing. Then he can do free advancement on the SDS drone deployment. He can't use op that turn. He could get another counter. Yeah, he can't score 7, but he gets kind of close. Yeah. From this point forward, it does get awkward, right? Like if we want to get our breakers back, our line is actually we have to compile Archer, and then we have to bring them back. Like our line is to compile Archer if we lose all our breakers.
Yeah, I don't love. I wish there was just better recursion than compile, but I guess you know what. what's a weird thing for me to have ever said. I wish there was better recursion. No, not real. No, actually, no, I don't. I take that back. Sorry, that's not a wish. There was no shooting star when I said that.
I generally don't know what the logic should be, but like there's a lot of kit decks are running 2 Lobis, 1 Orca, something like that. And so the idea is that the breaker that you want, more often than you get down, you do get down. The faction with Simulchip, you can play Simulchip in this deck though, for like
Yeah,
3 different
you've
reasons.
you've only got the 2 programs, so when are you ever going to lose programs and then use? And Summer Chip also, like, you're paying 5 credits to get
Yeah,
back a Lobi or 7 to get back your Orca. Like, that is
yeah.
still rough.
I know I'm just joking. Oh no, totally me there.
I
It's just like it's such a weird
Yeah,
problem to have a deck that has a recursion issue and Simulchip does not serve it.
yeah. And also, I was kind of speaking out loud for myself and for people of my skill level who were like, "Yeah, why don't you put Summer Chip in there? Come on, it's the recursion in the faction."
Yeah. Time for Retrun. I think Retrieval Run is worth the influence. I even think like Katurga Breakout is maybe worth 1 more influence. I'm not 100% sure,
Mm,
but I've seen Retrieval run these lists. If only there was a no big Netrunner
yeah.
tournaments in Eastern Canada in August. It's a 66%, then a 50-50. I don't see a world where those are good odds.
Mm,
In Kit, you're okay
mhm,
with the 50-50 losing it. It's really bad if you lose a 50-50 though. That's true. So like I think with Kit is if you're doing 2 Lobis, like you actually compile on tempo to present the breaker you don't want, and then you bottom it so that you can spark the
mhm,
Orca 100% of the time.
mm.
Oh, test run too. Yeah,
Uh,
test run works.
I was surprised the test run isn't a part of this kind of deck. Like, it feels like that's a great combo for Spark. 2 Lobi, I feel like you don't want to Spark and then get your second Lobi with the Spark. That feels really bad.
Which is why I think you test run it to the bottom.
Yeah, true.
It's clumsy. It's asking you to do a lot of things in what is an aggressively quick game. Like you
Mm,
don't have time for that like luxury, but at least you can face check into a drafter and break it with your lobby.
mhm.
Usually. You want to do one more with this? It's only 9:30, man.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Let's
let's
do
go
one
for it.
more. Yeah,
Cool.
they're fun. If you're gonna play test run, you should just play rejig over Spark. Yeah, you might be right actually.
Mm,
But you might be able to get away with 1 Spark, like 3 test run, 2 rejig. And I could actually see that being reasonable. The thing is, like, Spark is also a draw card, which is kind of hype. Not that test run isn't.
mhm.
And then just start playing Femme Fatale as well.
Hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, you might as well
We're
play Femme Fatale. Come on. Just put it in there.
playing Retrieval Run. Just play Femme Fatale.
Hmm. That was like feeling like I'd come up with the brilliant combination. Like, oh my god, you could just pay 3 credits in a run to get a Femme Fatale.
It turns out 3 credits was not even worth your Morning Star.
No.
Makes it do.
Uh,
Femme Fatale's
let
the
alone
coolest
a force
breaker
of
no one is
nature.
playing. We did back in the day. The
Yeah,
problem
and we
is
liked it.
the
We
Zerum Entangler is printed.
Yeah. Yeah, we femme fatale uphill both ways.
Oh
We
yeah,
liked
and we
it.
loved it.
Hmm.
There, you
Yeah.
needed to break Susanoo no Makoto somehow
Oh
in
my god,
Criminal. You pay
love that.
9. You both traded 9 credits, and then you're
Th-
happy.
3 of in all my replicating perfection decks.
Toll
Love.
Booth also was a big deal back in the day. I think
Mm.
we're gonna mulligan this just because it has an Orca in it.
Yeah, yeah. Keep that in the deck.
No one plays Toll
Otherwise,
Booth,
a good
and
hand.
it's the thing is like no one plays Toll Booth because if a Serum just exists. Like I
Hmm.
don't understand how anyone's gonna play like a taxing. Like the problem to me is like the way that you beat Fizzarum is you tax it out, which means
Hmm.
the only kind of decks that feel like they can get away with playing Glacier Ice are decks that are playing like 16 Glacier Ice, right? Like the
Hmm.
sort of honest Netrunner midpoint where people want like, oh, this is my deck with 1 toll booth to tax out the remote server circa 2014.
Hmm.
Like you can't do it because then it just eats the Fizzarum so hard. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Brandon just played Tollbooth in As at Nats.
Asmari, yeah.
Okay.
In the Asmari kill deck. Okay. Do you want to just do Onicum Credit Bravado? Like I don't know.
On account
Firstly, I
credit.
can't tell what op deck this is. It looks more like Rush.
Spending the credit, I guess that's fine.
Like, do we just do prepaid Bravado and then we do Onicum Bravado next turn?
Yeah, like, that's what I'm thinking. I think prepaid now.
Do you Bravado R&D or server 1? I think we do server 1. Like worst case, it's
W-
a hammer, I guess. It's not even that bad.
but why not R&D? Like, if they're more likely to res it, what are
Uh,
we really worried about right now?
Nothing. Gives us information. We
Okay.
should. Because
Yeah,
Aram should be
exactly.
worded as a paid ability instead, so you have to tank and counter effects to get the bypass
Mm.
subs.
But then that kind of works differently from every other bypass
Yeah.
effect, which normally ignore the encounter effects.
It's a Maganet. Okay, that's a 5 red. So this looks like it's reg op, like rush
Cool.
op.
Mhm.
So we're looking at modernly people play Tranquility Home Grids. Some are playing Arella. I think that's okay for
Mhm.
us. We just need to find our breakers fast. Luckily, we have a compile.
Mhm.
So next turn we can do
Onicam
Onicam Bravado. So
Bravado.
I think we'll just sure gamble here.
Yeah, sure.
Gamble. The thing is, like, face checking the way that I'm used to doing is not amazing in Kit because if you can't really run back as easily. Like a lot of times
Mhm.
I'll run, force a res, then see how it interact, but Kit it eats your ability.
Mhm. She says, I hear they added a cheat code to JNet where if you spam undo click, you get 999 credits.
Yep.
If that were true, Andre would be a multi-billionaire in terms of credits by now.
Have you been hearing the idea that JNet lag is caused by people undoing too many clicks?
I think I saw that in your on one of your recent streams,
Yeah.
yeah. Which is like it's one of those like parent folk tales, like
Yeah, I
old
know.
wives' tales
Don't
that like
undo
you
any
like
clicks.
don't make that face or it'll
You're
freeze
get
like that.
stuck.
Don't 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 undo clicks or JNet will come for you.
Yeah. Criminal card, no criminal in their mind will play. I think eventually you can. I think criminals just
Mm.
short one or two pieces to make them to play like more like a shaper. Back in the day, there was a card called
Yeah,
Savoir Faire. It didn't work. Geist
yeah,
that
yeah,
worked.
that was the closest thing
Yeah,
criminals had to instant install.
but it's right. All the criminal tricks
Yeah.
we have are very shaper like. That like
Mhm.
criminal is just missing an engine piece to make it make sense
Was it you or Jeff? I think you said that Fizzerum is like it's a faction staple
for a
in
different
every
faction.
it
Yeah,
just not in criminal.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Bypass paid abilities how Abagnale works. Oh yeah, there is one. Now you could.
Oh, damn it, Abigail.
Yeah,
Well, it's
Abagnale
a good
says a
thing we're
nice you because you trash it. It's a nice you are encountering.
kicking Abigail to the curb in a few months, eh? And by few, I mean an indeterminate number of months.
They're reprinting Lustig for some reason. Waiting to say Essa play Burner. Oh, we're gonna be playing some Essa today.
Is there a card that references DB Cooper specifically? Like we
Yeah,
have so many like is
uh,
there?
Abagnale. Oh, DB Cooper.
I
No, sorry, Cooper.
okay.
No, I don't think
Because
so.
we've got so many like conspiracy theory
Yeah,
and like heist based
but
cards that
like,
might be
why
useful.
does criminal not have a parachute? Right? Like, it's the most criminal
Mm,
ass idea.
yeah,
Do you
yeah,
want to just Onacam Bravado it,
yeah. Of course, server one. Let's go for it.
or do you want to compile it? The
Sure.
problem is if we compile it and we put our code gate on the bottom of the deck, it's hard for us to spark
It'll be two sparks before we see it again.
unless we do another compile. But like, this has to be
I
good, right?
I feel like I'd rather bravado, honestly.
Okay, but the problem is if we bravado this, we can't. Oh, we can still get through it. Yeah, because we can pull
Mhm.
whatever breaker. Windows Saucy lowest list worked at high level. It might, but I honestly think that is a list that
Mhm.
probably shouldn't do well. Like I think punishing people for resing ice is not a fun part of the game, but force the res first. I don't like it because it eats our kit. Okay, so that's actually really hard for us to deal with. So
Mhm.
this has to be Rashida for this to be good.
Okay, but I don't think we can get through it with either of our
No,
things
it'll be
right
really
now.
bad for us. So I think we
Mhm.
build script and check server 2.
Sure. Huh.
And life gives you compiles.
Hmm. All right. Well, let's run server two.
Imagine you could play rigging up and then it draws a card because of Onicom. I know that's not how it works,
Mhm.
and then you hope you can play the card that it draws.
You know what I like is that an increasing number of our chat is like just people I know from NSG. It's just
Oh yeah,
yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, I
agony. Oh, they can't even
oh
res it. I'll get rid of it.
hmm,
It has to
yeah,
be
sure.
Rashida.
Mhm.
Build script versus Biobands, eternal debate. No one but Sokka cares for. I care for it. I think build script is easier to play. I think I think Biobands is one more time. I think build script is much easier to
Mhm.
play. I think Biobands is a way higher ceiling.
Mhm.
But I don't know. Sometimes there's a simplicity just putting a card in your deck that you don't have to think a lot about, unfortunately. Hey Brandon.
A
Mechanic I love to see.
mechanic I'd love to see Crim get is Yu-Gi-Oh style hand traps. Basically, cards with expend style text you can play at paid ability speed. Could have something like trash this card from HQ or trash this card from your grip. I assume that would be very cool. Actually, I remember when Apex was first introduced, there was a player I knew who was like really upset that it seemed like runners were getting face down cards as a mechanic, as if it was like, oh, when these are can be rezzed anytime. I'm actually okay with that idea. Like Magic has like cards that flip over to an alternate powerful side or something like. I think that's cool too. But I like that idea of like secret paid ability window things that Crim has access to,
It's
or things
so O&R had
if
this.
if they're very restricted. Like I would say, like use this only in the first click if you're running during your first click or something, like something that's very criminal coded.
ONR had face down cards, kind of like Street
Hmm.
Peddler back in the day, that you could flip up at certain intervals. But I actually think it's really
Mm.
important that Netrunner has as few cards that you can play from hand and at any paid ability window.
Mm.
It actually makes the game incredibly difficult. That at any paid ability window, the criminal can do something from hand, right? Like,
Hmm.
I already think, yeah, RE is a problem. SMC can be a problem. Is that a hostile? What is this?
Hmm.
Is that an SDS? I think that's an SDS on the table. They can't score it.
That's so mean. I mean, we can compile.
No, it doesn't
Oh
do
no, but
anything.
can compile goes right back. Oh, that sucks. Yeah.
What is
Well,
this?
well, I mean, if we let them score an SDS, then no one's happy, which I think is maybe what we do.
Why are we running headlong into them, replicating all the problems Legend of Five Rings had? Kyle, I didn't know you played
Uh-huh.
LF5R. In before Ronin. Okay.
Mm.
Fucking Spark of Inspiration waiting room. Sometimes I hate playing Lobisomem decks because of this. Just waiting for me to be able to play the game a bit.
Mm.
All right.
What I would
What is
maybe we see
this?
what we do instead is like a card that you play that is secretly one of three different cards. So like you play
Oh,
it
that's
and it's
cooler.
like yeah, and
Yeah,
then
and then
like
you
on the
flip.
flip side is one and it's just like secret backup plan and then you flip it when you reveal it to like do whatever ability it is.
Yeah, I think that could be neat if you keep it more
Yeah.
controlled. Burner C whole hand. Yeah, Burner C whole hand is okay. We can't steal SDSs, but what
Hmm.
the heck is server 4? Like, it has to be an agenda. There's nothing else that's not.
Yeah, but
Unless, so should we run it? Like, if it's an SDS, it's not going anywhere
like
unless
oh, I
Soup
mean
Time audacities it.
I guess at I mean like no, at this point if we run we might end up discarding cards and that would kind of suck.
It's whatever. Like, do we just do Sure Gamble, Burner, run server 4? I'm doing it.
Yeah, I guess we're just doing it.
I guess we're just doing it. I don't know what this is. I think it's an SDS, but if it's an SDS, it's not going anywhere.
Hmm.
Board control, extract, spin doctor. Okay. So extract on the bottom. All of these are good cards for our opponent not to hold in their hand.
Hmm.
So extract, we definitely don't want them to have. Spin doctor, we probably don't want them to have. Board control seems fine. Maybe it's a Scion, yeah, but we don't see any tag punishment here. We can
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
board control.
I think that's the way to go. Like they are so poor right now. Uh, and then I guess we're running server 4.
I think it's an S. What? Shuffle for -1? I would not see that coming.
Do it, do it.
Sick out of 10. They actually
Hmm.
should shuffle there. They didn't. But they
That's good.
should use
You could.
op because we put their good cards on the bottom of their deck.
That's a good point. Like if we leave spin, we can run back and trash. But I guess we were planning on going
Yeah,
for server
I don't
4.
want to
So.
run back and trash.
Hmm.
We did not think that was an NGO front, and maybe we should have. It's just like in hindsight, that makes the most sense, but it did not make
Hmm.
any sense. Okay, so we need compile, rigging up. We're hoping not to need. We have daily cast. Trick shot is gonna be good eventually. Fenris is hard to give up on the value when they don't have an Ice HQ, let alone Quetzal, and even Los is really good in the op matchup.
You
Can you fire up
can
for a nice
choose to.
one? You can. Yeah, you
You
can.
you can, yeah, of
You can
course.
fail to search.
And I have been
Just
petitioning design every single day for
to
a
print the
-1
negative.
asset. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Gotta. And then, of course, but if we have -1s, we'll have to have -2s. That's always the answer they give me. You're just pushing your problems down the line, Patrick. Stop talking to us, Patrick. You belong in the narrative server, Patrick.
It's not only like you can't not search for a negative, but you can search for a number
Mhm.
that isn't in your deck, right? Like you can look at your deck, be
True,
like,
yeah.
oh, and you can even fail, right? Like you can look at your deck and be
Mhm.
like, I don't want to get a 3-coster.
Yeah, that's true. Like, oh yeah, the only 3 costs I have left is this that I don't want right now.
Actually, is that
Yeah.
true? I think that's true. Install draw.
Careful.
I think server one's an agenda because they've gone through like a lot of cards and we saw their whole hand. So this is a border
Mhm.
control. Okay, you're always able to fail to find. Yeah, I have no way how they would be able to police that. Okay, ice on HQ is not great either. Okay, so we just want to draw Spark with this Nuka,
Mhm.
right? You ready?
Yeah, alright, let's spark. Hoping for Lobi. Let's go.
I hate this
It is
deck.
not the right
It is the
one.
worst.
No, it's fine. It's good,
All
and
right,
everyone loves it.
everyone's happy. He's gonna score out next turn, so we
Okay.
can get daily cast down. We have one more click, and we're gonna discard some cards. What's the most important
Daily
card to get
casts
down?
and laundry R&D. Daily Cast and Cataloger, right?
Cataloger is like pretty good hands off. There's a lot of shuffles, but at some point their board state
Mhm.
won't be able to keep that up.
Mhm.
Fenris? Yeah, I guess it might be Fenris. It drops us down to low credits though. Like this, we're gonna do no matter what. I don't like installing Daily Cast on your last click, but that's fine. So
It's
next
not
turn,
really low credits because we have ways of recovering in hand. Like I'm
yeah, but
not.
imagine the ice up archives. If he ices up archives for Cook. Not that he will, but like I
Who
don't
would? No one has
love
ever iced up archives in the history of the game. We're fine.
play a World Tree. Um, we could do Fenris for what? I think close. Do we just want money? That'd be really bad. I think we go HQ with Fenris. Let's go Steve. Let's go Steve. This is a really important decision. I'm gonna go Steve.
Thank you, Brennan.
Uh, all our cards are good. I think Build Script's the worst card, but I think we need card draw.
I think it literally is the worst card. But everything is so
Steve.
good. Well, we have card draw. It's called Anacam. What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah,
And
yeah,
we don't
yeah.
need card draw. We need to draw a singular Spark of Inspiration. So we don't even need card draw.
I kind of want to get rid of the cataloger. That can't be right. I'm getting rid of the burner.
That
It's
also
not
can't be
great.
right, but none of those feel good.
The other cataloger will show up in time. Oh, I didn't know the deck was on 2 catalogers. If it's on 2 catalogers, I'll throw a cataloger out. I think it's on 1 though. Oh, it's on 2. Shit. Okay, then we threw out the wrong card.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is an
Don't undo.
agenda. Oh,
Don't
what kind of agenda is this?
don't undo click, or you won't get dessert.
So I think we probably build script for money for cards first.
Hmm. It's basically a good diesel at this point.
Okay.
Hmm.
So this is border control we know into envelopment because they installed them, they drew. So if we run
Mhm.
this server, we don't have enough money. So we probably have to dirty laundry archives. Oh man, Lobisomem deck sometimes. Uh like honestly, we'd rather have a buy bands there because we'd rather buy out bands archives for 1 credit with prepaid and install like, well, admittedly not this hand. Never mind. This is really rough, man.
Hey, it's okay. Be fine.
If we Orca get SDS'd, if you have 1 test run, you could test run into trick shot. Oh yeah, that'd be really cool, honestly.
Hmm.
I just don't like, I never like having a deck that just says right now you cannot interact. Sorry, not interacting right now.
Uh-huh.
Like, I guess we compile to force a res.
Yeah, sure. We got 2 compiles.
Yeah, whatever. Right? Because if a border control gets fired 2 times at least on no credits,
Mhm.
we also can let the envelopment subroutine fire if we really want to. I think we might have wanted to Steve for Quetzal, maybe.
Hmm.
That time Toronto Lobi kit's completely bricked in Philly. I think there's an understanding when you play this deck that sometimes it just doesn't do it.
Your opponent is asking you a question?
Sorry? Oh, question. Is
Oh,
the trash subroutine on envelopment considered me trashing? You trashing. Sorry.
thank you, Shu, for making us be polite.
It's your subroutine. Yeah, so it's a boarding control. So we're gonna go get our free stack Lobi. Okay. So
Didn't
this
even
is
have to move
technically a
your
code
mouse
gate.
cursor once. Perfect.
It's a code gate. So we need to break all of
Mhm.
it. All right.
Yeah, we don't need an event tutor. We don't. What was that? What was the event tutor called in Honor and Profit?
Planned assault.
Planned
But it was
Assault?
a
Yeah.
run tutor.
Yeah, that was I like that. See, that one's very cool. That one's like an SMC for run events is actually great.
Preprint planned assault cowards. It was never that good. But like we had
N-
this
No,
pound
but
siphon.
okay, how about this? Maybe what makes it good, if I'm just spitballing here, Planned Assault, but you decide it's a paid ability window to then go looking for the run event that it actually is.
What?
Does that make sense? They don't know what run event you're playing until you decide to tell them what run event you're playing. So you
That
play Planned Assault, they're
is,
like,
and you have to hide the card and you put it on the table.
no, no, no. You go searching for it. You shuffle your deck. Like if they don't res anything, then it turns out it was a Maker's Eye. If they do res something, it's an inside job.
okay, real quick, there's a very big window here. Our opponent knew, which is great.
Mhm.
After we break the envelopment and pay for it, you can crack the border control there and it protects your envelopment. It doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter in this case because you broke the subroutine. But if someone ever
Mhm.
chooses not to break the envelopment subroutine, you're allowed to react before subroutines fire and you can go for the border control.
Hmm.
My choice is put as 2 run events. Why did we not get Quetzal? We picked the worst option. At least here we can go
And
HQ
yeah,
or we
we
can
did, and then
creative.
did we even run HQ after we played Steve? I don't think we did.
Nah, we're gonna lose our Orca now. Man, we're the
Mhm.
worst. If you run
Yeah,
back
we
now and
could.
let the envy fire disappears, yeah, but we can't get back in.
Hmm.
Or we could catalog her, but we can't break the first one. Just get rid of my
No,
Orca
but
already.
like I think before
Oh,
last turn we could have gotten. That's a big one.
wait, it doesn't it do something? Oh, it doesn't do anything. This also beats technically beats catalog in a really funny way. Do you want
Oh,
to run
trash the top card of
HQ
R&D.
and do 2? What do? We do 2 build scripts, I think.
Uh, why not? Yeah, I guess 2 build scripts.
We
Not
just
sure
need
why
card
not like
draw.
bravado or something, but
We just need card draw.
okay.
Basalt Spire in long term is scary. Yeah. See what happens.
They're adding 1 card to HQ, maybe to
Whoa,
dilute
they
HQ.
trashed a card
That's
for
interesting.
that. They have stuff in here. So does that mean we go for burners? Let's just burn their hand.
Yeah, let's go for burners. That's the meanest thing, and
Yeah, that's the meanest possible thing we could be doing.
Shu is very much into burning HQ down. Is all Shu
Yeah.
cares about. Yeah,
Ah,
Burner,
yes.
of course,
Oops.
is a Shu original.
Delusion of choice. Yeah, classic.
Hmm.
Hedge
Hmm.
fund. Okay. So this will draw a card, which is kind of sick.
Hmm.
One of these days, prepaid's been good. One of these days, we'll draw our spark so we can play the game.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Leave the Atlas and then just go back for it.
So
One
the
and two
question is, what do we put
chance.
on the top? I think we put the hedge fund on top because it's a really bad draw.
Yeah, that's a rough draw for them right now. True.
Maryland we should put on the bottom. I think there's a chance that they might panic and use Basalt Spire for like NGO front or like
Mm.
Regolith. But I think we put hedge fund on top and
Hmm.
then bottom Maryland because that's a cheap res and we just go back.
Yeah, agreed.
Eh. They can't Basalt it's once per turn. Yeah, they can't do it again.
Hmm.
But on their turn, they could Basalt to get like an NGO friend or some economy card. 50-50. Do we know what the last card is or no?
No, we don't. Here's the thing. It might also be a Project Atlas. Go on.
I'm just gonna do it because like I think we're in an okay
I,
spot.
I think it is because I think if they were drawing, if they're pulling, what did I tell you? What did I tell you?
Sick.
I don't miss.
Yeah, you're right. If they're pulling it, there's no way there was a 1 in 4 or 1 in 3. It
Yeah.
probably was a 2 in 3.
Hmm.
They trash a random card too. Yeah, that's Wolf 2 for sure.
Wolf 2.
Well, the Wolf hasn't shown up
Wolf
yet.
2. Okay. Sorry.
And
Golden
Twisted.
Retriever 1. Inside of me, there are 2 golden doodles.
So we don't know what this is.
Hmm.
Running HQ is relatively easy. We should just run HQ and get back 2 copies of whatever. This is a hedge fund in hand. So do we run HQ just to like? This feels convoluted. Do we run HQ just to get 2 build scripts, or do we run HQ for a compile and then compile server 1?
I think Compile Server 1 is the answer.
Isn't that really expensive?
So is life, but we live.
I don't think we care about this on 1 credit. Rashida or nothing. I think we run HQ and we just get card draw.
If it's Rashida, we will get really annoyed.
No, with the build script, we'll draw a pinhole or something.
Hmm.
And we if we, yeah, it's not great. I wish it was 2 diesels. I'll be honest, or like a Baya bands.
This deck is on Diesel, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, we saw them last. I haven't seen a Diesel in a while.
Yeah, we
Well,
played a
what am
lot
I
in the
even saying?
last game.
That was weird to me to even say. I'm sorry.
Hedge fund surprise. Okay, this draws 3 cards.
Hmm.
Yes, Pat, we're gaming. Patrick, we're gaming.
Are you gaming?
Now the issue is, and it's
Okay,
really
yeah.
weird, is that to some extent Trickshot's a bit ugly in Kit because the 2 barrier subroutine remote server is kind of hard.
Yeah, so we charge up. We have to charge up the Lobi a few times before we actually go for the
I
trick
think we
shot.
just trick shot and then bounce the sandstone.
Sure.
This could be a spin doctor. There could be something in archives, mind you. The biggest lad. All right, free charge. Padma would have been getting a lot of counters. I've been thinking
Mhm.
so much about Padma, and like I just don't want to give up on Padma. I'm thinking maybe just like play Earthrise Hotel, and Padma is good. Because if
Mhm.
your ability is run R&D, draw 2 cards, that seems better than anything else.
I mean,
Extract the hedge fund. Oh shit.
so they've got money coming up. I think the way to make Pudma good, and of course this is Patrick teaches design to people who are better at design. You need to make a card that gets exponentially better with more power counters.
Stargate. Just play
Stargate.
Stargate. I honestly think Stargate
Well,
has more control over the game than Cataloger.
sure.
Wait, should we break this? We should contest this, right?
Yeah, why are we not breaking it? We can break it.
Well, because it costs Lobisomem counters.
Who cares? We get them back.
Not exactly, but okay.
We have infinite number
Sometimes
of
I just need a
Lobisomem
yes man around me, you know?
yeah, yeah, okay. And sometimes I'm not that person.
Yeah, no, it's
Inside of me,
okay.
there are two yes men, and one of them is sometimes a no man. Okay, inside of me, there are two men. One always lies, and one always tells the truth.
Mm-hmm. Imagine we were. Oh no, actually, Steve's been good. I'm gonna stop. Padma may cut at EC Nats, and did you read that Padma players write up? They said, "Don't do this." Every Padma write up that's done cuts in the last like months has been like, "This was a mistake."
Mhm.
I'm glad I went out though. I've been trying to see some Padma, and I like a Coalescent Spark and Companion Suite. Tier 2, but not Tier 3. It's almost fast enough to be PD. Still lose 70% of the time. Yeah, I think the weirder builds. I like the
Mm.
weird builds, Tron, that you've been playing a bit more than I
But by
just over.
companion suite, that's like the Hoshiko party,
Yeah,
and I guess Amelia Earhart.
I think
Like,
just like Mystic and Paladin,
okay.
just the greasening of every deck in the world. I'm on Andre's No Man. It's way never question on stream.
Mm.
Slash counter 0. Oh yeah, that's really important. It was an NGO front. Whoa, that was a good hit, I
Oh,
guess.
okay.
Thank you, Cror. Total judge. I'll get rid of the spark. Stop
Mhm.
cheating. I got there. It's just public. What's the NGO front subtypes? Just asset? No, there's no subtypes. Weird. Yeah, friendship engine. Oh yeah. Soup tot. Get a trash. Okay, extract. Probably getting rid of. Okay, that makes
Hey.
sense. Get a boarding troll. So we know there's a hedge fund in hand, and now the top of the deck is unknown. So trick shot's coming
Mm.
back. I think at this point we just cataloger, but I don't know how to interact with cataloger and Basalt Spire. I think we just put it 2 cards down or 3 cards down, and then we ask for action, and then we just trick shot.
Hmm.
Does that sound reasonable?
Could you run that by me again?
Okay, so the problem is at any point in time they can trash the top of the card at the deck
Yeah.
with Basalt Spire. It doesn't shuffle, actually. No, this is fine. So we put in the general top of the deck and we say action, and if they trash into archives, we just run archives. I was thinking the
Exactly.
shuffles,
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Okay.
Ken,
So
how's it
we're
going? I have a message I need to respond to you. I've been like really underwater and stressed about the whole thing, but Ken is make some good tokens.
okay. So here's the thing about that plan. You're weaponizing the action question. Do you have a
Yes.
problem with that? Is that something that you're concerned about?
Not really.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
Wait, do we just trick shot here to see 2 cards, or do we just set down cataloger and run for 2 credits?
Let's do catalog, or let's save trick shot for when we need to get something
When
in the
it
server.
really matters.
Ken
So
70, don't just let him get away with it.
is Padma Mindset twinning anything? Probably too slow. It's always too slow. I have tried.
Hmm.
It's unfortunately too slow. We can recover with creative commission, but we also can just win.
Hmm.
Cataloger. I mean, that looks good.
That looks like it. That looks like it wins the game.
So the worst they can do is he can trash it. Add 1 card from archives, use the ability once per turn, trash the top card of the deck. Okay, there's no shuffle abilities here.
Yeah. So we've got this. I
Would
don't think there's any
trick
way
shot
that
would have won, right? It was on the top.
it was. I can't remember what it was.
There's a Jinja in this deck?
Oh my god, a Jinja up.
I spelled that really bad. Frustratingly, no.
Jeez.
Okay.
Jeez, no.
Jinja. Can't they pull the agenda to hand after trashing? No, because it's not only once per turn. They only have 1 counter.
Mm.
The real flex is to put it second, yeah. And then trick shot. That was my plan. Is like I thought if there was an ability for them to add it to hand, then we would have put it second or even third. Second makes more sense. Yeah. So let's put SCS second from the top, then trick shot back.
Hmm.
I don't think there's any way we don't get in archives, but you're not wrong. At the early start, there seemed a bit difficult for you. Oh,
They
they
can
left.
pull it to hand because the trash is a cost.
Oh,
Yeah, so it is a card that lets you.
oh, we did. We totally did it wrong.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, we 100% should have put it second because if they trashed, yeah, I totally forgot. Yeah, it's add a card from archives. You can trash and add the added card. Yeah, so it's
Mhm.
100%. I was trying to convince myself how to play around it, and I was like, nah, it's not a real thing. It is a real thing. Okay, that's good to
Mhm.
learn. Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
it's
stop
huge,
the
huge, huge.
screaming. Oh God, I forgot I had that.
Good game, Stab. You trash as a cost, so isn't the agenda target? It is. Yeah, yeah. I totally got that
No.
wrong. Yeah, I forgot I had that. Yeah, we also forgot that it worked. We thought you picked a card and then trashed, which is like, yeah, there's no way that's how it works.
Mm.
So we should have played around that. If that was the case, we could run HQ and have a 50-50 best case. And then like, I don't think it's great for you to have an SDS in hand, but the game goes longer for sure.
Basalt does seem really flexible. I've never like gotten to a point in a game where it's useful to me in like a variety of ways.
Yeah,
Um,
it seems
so
really good. It seems really
yeah.
genuinely quite good, but
Mhm.
SDS right now in the meta is obviously, look at this deck, like is quite good as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if it makes it better, we did have a 100% line to make sure to play around Basalt Spire. We just didn't do it. We like trumps, unfortunately.
Mm.
Patrick, would you like to do some news with me?
Let's discuss the news.
Ah, very good, Patrick. Are you fine, gentlemen, heading to Cascadia? Cody, no, are you? We're very far away. I'll be joining Cascadia on the digital remote team for casting on day 2. Hopefully I get to see you there.
It sounds like a great time. I'd love to go there someday.
Yeah, no, it
Love
sounds
to,
really,
love,
really nice. I've also
yeah.
never been to the west coast of, well, no, I've been to Seattle. I've not been to BC. I've
Okay.
not been to Washington, but what's
Well,
your
I think we both still want your first time in BC to be us
doing
manning a table at
shucks?
Shucks. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Together.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sitting in the airport right now. Yo, happy flight. Yo, you're there for a bit. Oh, I guess it is relatively soon. It starts in like 2 days. Yo,
Mm.
have fun, man. I know it looks like a killer event. There's gonna be a lot of people.
Speaking of killer events, Aaron wants to know what's our favorite Summer Olympic sports. So when I was a kid, I
Yeah,
watched Donovan Bailey win gold for Canada in was it the 100 meter sprint?
Donovan Bailey is a sprinter.
I but yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And I was just like, I for some reason I was just like totally suckered in. I mean, like I was totally like 100% in on Donovan Bailey, the Canadian sprinter. Like, yeah, sprinting's great, but I also really enjoy watching the archery competition. The Canadian
We
archer
won
this
gold,
I
right?
yeah, I think he won gold with his like
You
his
said
height
you
his
said he. I said we. I just want to make it very clear.
sure, sure, sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
We all collectively won gold. Like
Great.
my tax dollars paid for his bow.
Yeah.
So mhm.
Didn't he lose the medal due to doping? Honestly, no idea.
Aaron, I don't know. I think maybe his coach slash hype man might have, but um,
I have watched zero of the Olympics. It's not that I don't care, but
mhm.
I don't know how to watch it, and I probably
Mhm.
don't care enough to watch it. But I'm glad everyone's having a great time out there.
Yeah. It was something that, like when I was a kid, my family loved watching the Olympics, so we'd watch it together, and I
Yeah,
genuinely had a great time.
yeah.
Um,
I don't. We
yeah.
don't have like a TV with cable. Not that most people do, but I guess you can watch it
Mhm.
online. I think the winters, maybe as a Canadian, I think the Winter Olympics are like what probably excites us more. I feel like there's
Oh,
way more
oh, for
engagement
sure.
here in the North with the Winter Olympics. Obviously, Canada's much better at the Winter Olympics on average.
Oh yeah, I remember watching like the gold medal hockey game in 2010. That
Cool.
was huge. That was an enormous moment. Yeah, but Brennan Shucks is in Vancouver. I think they've
Classically.
skipped 2 years now, but they have said they want to bring it back. But who knows? But in the meantime, maybe you and I, Andre, should just find a place that
Just
where NSG is going to be hosting a table and say like it's ours for 4 hours.
are you
Just give
doing?
us
Are you
four.
thinking PAX U?
Probably. When is it? December?
Yeah, first week of December. I'm thinking about it.
I'm thinking about it actually. I think I know someone in Philly now.
Yeah.
Not someone I could crash on their couch, but I know someone.
If y'all come to BC, I'll pull out the couch. Thank you, Brennan. Appreciate it. Okay, real quick news stuff. There's not a lot of like hard Netrunner news. Obviously, there's tournaments going on this week. ABR unfortunately is
Hmm.
down unless you have the hacked link, but there's a lot of stuff going on this week. Just tune in for more news about NANPC Montreal, which I'm totally stoked
Hmm.
about. You want to do some slight tangent stuff? It was the Fantasy Flight Games in-flight report at Gen Con, or as I
Mm,
like to call it, the Game Genic report at featuring Fantasy Flight Games at Gen Con. They
yeah.
announced the new Arkham Horror cycle. They announced the new Marvel
The
Champion
drowned
cycle.
city.
Yeah. So for those who
Well,
care about that,
mhm,
none of their like I'm assuming an article would go up on their website showing off a bit like actual cards and stuff like that, but it doesn't look like that's the
mhm,
case. They showed like literally spent 3 minutes for each game and they showed like a 30-minute blip, like a sorry, 30
mhm,
second blip, be like, here's an animated intro. So there's not too much to
mhm,
go on besides they said that they have more people working on both of those teams, which is great. Another weird thing happened, and I don't know how this happened. Someone posted on r/Arkham Horror being like, hey, alternate Jenny Barnes, I found the PDF.
oh, it was
So
like a secret PDF.
there's a secret PDF somewhere. This is again not on their website, but if you want to see alternate Jenny Barnes, genuinely looked pretty cool. I thought Jenny
Hmm.
Barnes was a very sleepy design, and
Yeah,
now
definitely. Like one of the
mm,
most boring designs that they ever did.
it's now another money matters one. So you basically play
Mm,
talents, and then you can discard talents and play talents cheaply, and basically use your money that you get from discarding talents to fuel your talents.
mm.
Her twin revolvers seem a bit strong now. You have to pay a lot for them, but they give you a lot of money, and her weakness is a lot worse as they usually are.
Love that art on her too. That's really fantastic.
Yeah, that showed up somewhere else. People were saying that's the art from something, but the art is
Hmm.
cool. It's definitely more stylistic than some of the other Arkham arts. It's striking.
Hmm.
That's cool.
So
Again,
what's the new? What's the new?
yep.
Well, I mean, well, what are the new sets? I
Oh,
I,
okay.
I only know them by name.
So the new set seems to be about a Cthulhu based thing. Some of the new characters, or by new characters, I mean old characters. So Gloria is
Mm,
finally getting printed. It looks like some of the characters from old Arkham games that I haven't played.
mm,
So the lawyer, the parapsychologist, the gangster, and I don't know who the
mhm,
fourth or fifth character or fifth character, if maybe a sixth character in the box is, but it seems like there is an overlap between it takes place in Arkham. Cthulhu shows up, and I think the mob is involved. Like there's some sort of
mm.
mafia presence. Maybe that's just the gangster character. And then Marvel Champions is which I don't think people were really stoked about. It's Shield, like Agents of Shield type stuff.
Hmm.
So like I'm assuming Nick Fury and
Oh yeah,
Mockingbird. I don't actually know much about Shield, but like people were like, give me, Midnight Suns or what are they called? The New York like street level crime defenders or something?
the Defenders. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Or
Iron Fist and
Fantastic Four
Power
people were
Man.
expecting, right? But no, it's
Fanta-
Shield.
I mean, I have to assume that Fantastic Four is like ready to go as soon as the movie is like
Yeah.
entering its like advertising phase.
Which I think is right now, but I honestly don't know how that works.
I think
Uh
they've just started film. I don't want to get into the freaking MCU.
Me neither.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I said
Sorry,
this.
I got so heated. I got so heated.
I said this at the beginning of the stream. This
Mm,
weekend will be streamed. If you want to watch Cascadia, it's on Cinderin RP, twitch.tv/Cinderin RP. Link will be in the
mm,
description, but this is not a channel you're probably used to because not a lot of people use this channel, but you don't want to miss it on the weekend. I'm hoping the VOD gets saved a bit more permanently somewhere else, but check that out. Come
mhm.
to Suburban Wasteland, August 7th. Everyone, drink homebrew and eat barbecue and play Netrunner 2. Yo, Z, I need to book my bus for it. I'm looking to come in just for like one day to hang out and see some of my family on the way in, but I'm excited.
Mm.
Deadpool and Wolverine, though, yeah, I guess Pat, you and I are going to see that, and Maddie next week. We said we'd go see
Yeah,
that.
yeah, we are planning on seeing it. I have no idea what to like.
Nope.
I'm not. I have no idea if I'm going to like it or not. Honestly, we'll see.
Yo, just to make sure that this seems too much like a Marvel piece
Hmm.
of content, they added like guilds basically to Marvel
Hmm.
Snap. So you basically can join an alliance, they're called, and a bunch of people can join in, and then you can do goals that give you whatever rewards, and then your group can get rewards for working together. It's not really important, but I made one, and it's called
Hmm.
Levy AR Lab Access. So if you want to come join Maddie and our Marvel Snap guilds,
God, I
do it.
literally haven't played Marvel Snap in maybe over a year.
It's fun. I've been actually grinding a fair bit of it recently. Anytime I go on a road trip, I'm in the car for a bit and I'll play it and be like, wait, this game's actually really fun. So if you want to, you can just search for
Mhm.
the name. I have to approve your invite. So like if I don't recognize your name, probably still will. But it's Levy Air Lab Access is the name of the alliance if you want to join in and get
Okay,
some friends playing some Marvel Snap.
I'm re-downloading Marvel Snap just for you.
Thank you. Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Even even though I do feel like that game had some of the worst like whale hunting
Oh, it's
That
egregious. It's really, really
it's
bad.
it makes me feel
It's so
guilty for
bad.
even supporting it tangentially. Like
I hear
it's just
you,
gross.
but like it's clearly the people that are making a fun game versus the people who are monetizing it successfully are like two different teams. That's how it works. So
Hmm.
kind of is. Do you know what the thing that I find is the funniest thing about that game in terms of like weird monetization? Is you'll get a thing that'd be like free rewards, come get them, right? Like every week there's a
Hmm.
new free rewards. And so it's like a ladder. And the ladder says, poke this button, you get free some minimum reward. Here's 200 gold.
Hmm.
Then it unlocks the next tier under it. It'd be like free, poke that, you get like 200 boosters. And then the next tier will be like, here's a bunch more stuff, but it costs like 3.99. But once you pass that rung, you get to the next tier under it, which is free, gain 200 boosters. And underneath that free, and then there's another paid ladder. And like the fourth ladder is not free. The fourth ladder technically costs 3.99. Same with the
Hmm.
fifth ladder rung. Just
Yeah.
because you put it behind a free paywall doesn't mean it's suddenly free. Like to get to tier 4, you have to pay for tier 3. It is so frustrating that that stuff works because of course it does. I
Hmm.
pay 3.99,
Yeah,
get all
it
this
does.
free stuff, but like, oh my god.
It is my biggest problem with both mobile games and AAA games now is like there are developers who are dedicated to the psychology of just getting up to the point of intentionally causing addiction
Yeah.
without quite spilling over into something that's egregious or that'll affect the majority of players. Like they do enough of it to make it feel like I got to see the numbers go up. It's got the bright colors I like, but yeah, I blech, blech, blech.
Smoke Miles
Uh,
going for gold, go Team USA. Yo,
yeah.
hasn't she not already won a gold? Is she doing multiple events? I imagine she's doing multiple events.
Mhm. All those gymnasts do multiple events.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, Aaron wants to know what my opinion on the Balkans is, and of course, I think we all feel terrible for the wildfires going on there. Of course, Canada can feel a lot of sympathy there. You know, we'd send our firefighters over if we could, but they're busy. In Alberta, wish we could help.
You wanna play some
There we
ESA?
go, Aaron. I bet Aaron did not think. Sorry, I just have to talk to Aaron for a second. You did
Yeah,
not
yeah,
think I
yeah.
knew anything about the Balkans right now, and I need you to understand that, of course, I'm following all Balkans and wildfire related news. So yeah, let's play some Mesa.
Speak of fire, ESA.
Hmm.
So it's been a while since I think we played ESA. I honestly don't think I played ESA on stream since Borealis era, which
Hmm.
is wild because ESA got so much better over the last little bit on a bunch of different reasons, right? Like, firstly,
Hmm.
Laamb got unbanned in the last 6 to 8 months. This
Oh
before Worlds
yeah.
last year was incredibly
Hmm.
important. That we saw like NWE, QTM, a bunch of like teams were playing ESA in
Hmm.
a very like consistent way, and obviously very, very good. Lamb, mind you, was banned for a long time, and it was one of the few cards that was unbanned in that last MWL that's now like two
Hmm.
MWLs ago, or sorry, SBT, standard ban list,
Yeah.
SBL. You played my ESA deck
So
from CanNats 2023. Did I play it on stream? You might be right, Dajan. Actually, yeah, you might be right. The one that was played at
mhm.
CanNats, but that was before Worlds. So yeah, okay. After Worlds, I didn't.
uh
Um,
just
yeah,
to be clear, the lamb is there to paint ice for Begamot.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Cool. I just want to make sure I'm understanding like
yeah, let's
what its
explain
purpose is in
Lamb.
this
So
deck. Yeah.
Lamb on its own is interesting because
Hmm.
also like in Golo, it can break one ice per turn regardless of its
Hmm.
type. So it costs an arm and a leg. As much as Lamb is actually
Hmm.
really good at dealing with almost all barriers in the game, like 3 credits for
Hey,
plus 6 strength is pretty
y-
wild. But you
you
can
know who's
paint
okay?
your way through.
You know who's okay with spending their
Get it
arms and
out.
legs? Asa, because of the core damage.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm going to play Art Marble Snap for a bit. Okay, you just let me know when we're done.
So this card on its own is notable. This
Hmm.
deck actually doesn't have that many ways to break ice. We've seen versions of ESA that are running Botulus as well, just to get that early pressure to be like, I'm going to land a Chastushka on turn 2,
Hmm.
turn 3. But the big thing, of course, is we have Banhar. But now we have a bit
Hmm.
more reach with Dia, Begamut, and Lamb. I've seen versions of this deck that are running like 2 Lamb, 3 Begamut. I've seen ones that are incredibly focused. I think the Singleton Buzzsaw, there's probably a meta consideration why this exists. I want to shout out the
Hmm.
Singleton Spark of Inspiration, which is so cool for a deck
Oh,
that
that is kind of
the
fun. Yeah.
barriers are just like, sorry, the breakers are all like kind of interchangeable, and you pay this
Hmm.
cheaper with Ghost Tongue, which is kind of sick. Like, I like that Spark of Inspiration shows up in decks that, as much as this does kind of resemble 3 breakers, right? Like weak to SDS drone deployment, we have labor rights,
Hmm.
but it's not too dissimilar to the deck that we last played. Now,
Hmm.
Begamut's really good right now. And I think Begamut is one of the big reasons why I'd consider to play ESA on the basis that barriers, taxing barriers, are one of the last bastions that corporations have for taxing stuff. This is
Hmm.
one of the only solutions in the whole game that can deal with Brawn cheaply. Now, it
Yep.
takes a bit of setup. Mind you, Begamot
It,
comes
ta-
in
it
at
takes
largely.
4 core damage before you are dealing with
Yeah, but Begamot gives you 1 on
Brawn
its own,
cheaply.
right? So it's only 3
Yeah,
other
true.
core damage, which, like, you can get that done relatively quickly. But the
Mhm.
idea that you break all barriers for 1 credit
Yep.
functionally in the game, as much as you might struggle into Hyper Glacier, and into Hyper Glacier, the Sabotage recursion actually is a nice way to close that game out. Seems really good. Right, like I played against Esâs on stream recently and be like, oh, I'm throwing out my bronze because they're just as taxing as my ablative
Mhm.
barriers. Like you have to learn that and understand it's your
Mhm.
gatekeepers that are doing work for you, nothing else.
Yep.
Nuka, it's been pretty common in Esâ decks because you want to get your
Mhm.
card draw on the table so you don't lose the core damage. You want to draw it at certain windows. Mystic Miami, we're playing 28 events. Why not on top of Ghost Tongue,
Sure.
of course? Ghost Tongue Samaros, no surprises. Running Caught, I think, is one of the best Esâ cards. It's incredible. 3 of
Oh,
it, I
yeah, of
almost
course.
always want it. Yeah, this is just
Yep.
so good. Draw
Yeah,
a
yeah, I
card,
love that.
sabotage 2, and then get 2 extra clicks. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
please, every turn if I can. There's a
Yep.
retrieval run to bring back our breakers if we lose them to core damage, which is totally
Yep.
fine. We have labor
Love that.
rates and Ashen. I'm not sure how often you Ashen. I haven't read the write up.
Mhm.
Tuno does good write ups.
Yeah, how often are you getting to the bottom of your deck, or are you actioning not quite then? Yeah, we'll see.
You probably get into your bottom, and then like at some point
Mhm.
you labor rights the Ashen back in, because that's really important with Ashen, Ghost Tongue, and Mystic. Your Ashen epilogue on some turns costs like no money.
Mhm.
It's
I was
relatively cheap.
talking with Fel Montreal or Steven before we got on the train home from Toronto. He's got a big Ace deck, like 54, 56
Yeah,
cards, and took the Ashen out because like he's like, no,
yeah,
if I get to the bottom of my deck, the game's won or lost. Like I'm not going to bother playing it
totally
again.
fair. This is the
0
same
0.
list. Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. Like, if you're not bottoming out, and I think that's a Hoshiko issue too. There's a lot of Hoshiko decks modernly that were on Ashen, or like we're not. The game is over
Mm.
before you can Ashen. Like, I think if the meta's fast enough, you probably can cut the Ashen. So we'll see. This is an older version of it, mind you, and this is the breaker suite that I'm a bit more used to. This is back in June, mind you, only months
Mm.
ago. This was played at ACC. Mind you, I think Tuno also played Esâ at one EMEA Continentals. But this is what
Mm.
I'm more expected to: Botulus, Fermenter for economy, and then
Yeah, yeah,
not
for sure.
too different. A single simulchip for some recursion and stuff like this. The HQ
Yeah,
pressure is also really important. Legwork, I've
let
seen
yeah.
cupulation. I think burner.
I have recommended cupulation to people. Like I think cupulation is also going to be
Yeah.
secretly pretty good in Asa.
I'm bummed that this one actually is missing that sort of HQ pressure, whether it's cupulation or legwork. Both of them I really appreciate, because inherently when
Mhm.
people sabotage, they generally throw out their worst cards from HQ, leaving their agendas there. So we'll take this one for a spin, but I have not played like this sort of Esâ in a really long time. I'm excited to
Mm.
see how it goes.
Yeah, I think legwork instead of like obviously pinhole is super important. I think legwork supports the Asa game plan so strongly. You sabotage, they don't throw out the agendas, and then you run HQ. That just makes sense to me.
Yeah, and it is worth keeping in context that this deck is not only
Mhm.
built for ICC, but it's also built for open deck lists. It honestly
Mhm.
played 0 games, which is surprising. So, like, the
Mm.
considerations of what you play over a certain stuff, like, do you play Spark because you assume the game's gonna be really fast and there'll be like so much PD or ASA there, right?
Mhm.
Like, that's a big consideration. Isn't just HQ pressure? Oh, 100% is HQ pressure, but I want to be able to go in there and touch cards, right?
Mhm.
Like, would I even play eye for an eye? Probably play cupulation or
Mm.
legwork first, but yeah, you don't touch cards. I want to touch cards. But you're 100% right that Shtushka has the most pressure we're putting off on HQ as soon as turn 1. Let's try this and see how it goes. But I do think we could definitely move some cards around and play a version closer to like June, or I want to even see if Tuno posted the version from EMEA.
Mm.
Pretty sure Tuno played at EMEA. Let's see if we can find it. 105 published deck list. There's also like relatively good matchups. Like I like playing Esâ to basically any Wayland matchup. Like the op matchup is not favored for op because they're very like they need to get the one ups often in order to like start doing good stuff.
Mhm.
Specia Eco Inspirationalist. So this is very similar to ICC, if not the same. Okay. 47 cards though. Live. Yeah, totally. That we are. Is that an oppo or no oppo? It's concerning when someone has an oppo research reference in their name.
I think that they are fans of a certain kind of cabbage from California,
The Napo cabbage?
the Napo cabbage.
Mm.
I don't think that your sentence was very clear
Oh,
to that to them.
I find it always really strange when people ask like, where are you live on? Like, I guess they want to know, but also now it's like, this is the worst time to watch it. Like when you're about to queue into us, it's like literally
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
worst time to turn the stream on. Like, oh, I'm about to play you.
Mhm.
Let me watch what you're doing. It's like any other time.
Well, okay.
Ah, it's just chat play.
Mhm.
I played a few with the ICC 45 card version ESA this week at Pub Run. It's very cool and very smooth. I believe it's super
Mhm.
smooth. I just haven't had enough time to grind like the competitive side of ESA,
Mm.
which it seems really cool. I always stream save Andre when I play him. Yeah, me too.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's okay.
I don't know how to react to this. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, you can play if you want.
yeah.
Cheers.
I guess they're leaving. That's
Yeah,
too
that's
bad.
fine. Something temp. Oof. Ugh.
Ugh. Oh no.
Might not be the
I,
worst
wa-
matchup, honestly, but like,
I
yeah.
don't want to feel bad for playing the game I play. Napo
Napa
bodied
body
me
me
with
with
R
R
plus this morning.
this morning or this
Well,
evening.
but by the transitive property, that makes you a worse player than Napo, and Napo said they're a bad
Hey,
player. So
cheers, you too. I don't like Architects tomorrow. Super excited for this to rotate. I feel like I don't know what it is. Maybe I need to figure out what the ratios are. I just feel like for the last couple while, when I queue in on JNet Casual, the reaction from when my opponent's ID, I need to figure out what like percentage of the corp IDs or runner IDs I don't react poorly to. I feel like it's relatively high.
yeah, a feelings journal would be really helpful for you, I think, and then show
Yeah.
that at the end of the year.
Yeah. But like I want to go through it and be like, there's 60, I don't know, 30 corp IDs in standard. How many of them does Andre not grown into?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Banhar is good. Chestushka is okay early. Dr. Nuke is fine. Labor Rates we don't want. Raindrops is really nice into Biroids. I think we probably just want to mulligan into Ghost Tongue or Marrow more accurately. But I could see this being keepable. The good thing is like once we can get our Begamut Lamb up, like we are cooking.
Well, we're partway there.
IDs that really grind Andre's gears 100%.
Okay.
So we want to be aggressive enough. Pinhole's really good because in this matchup, they don't get a lot of money. It's like three of the 60. Netrunners and NP in Simula always has been. It's like 3 are good or 3 are bad. So like, what's the worst case here? It's a Rashida, but if we face check, they get a res 300 ice for free. It could be a spin doctor. So like opening with Marrow is a bit rough, but like I think we want to open with Marrow, or we could just draw once. I think we open
they
with
only
Marrow
get
here.
they only get a free res if we pass. We don't have to pass. We can make them spend money and then run the other one.
Well, you have to pass unless it ends the run.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. That's like true. Sometimes you're excited to face check an Eli, right?
Mm-hmm.
3
Aaron's asking why you don't.
AOT, why? Yeah. Because I don't like any of the IDs that disincentivizes running, and because it plays super Dirtle Glacier, where they just want to get 7 ice on every server, and then just wait for their ice to be good. Let's just, that's a good card. I'm just gonna Marrow, see what happens. That was the worst hit, I think.
Yeah, that was the worst hit.
I would say that's the worst hit.
That's the worst hit. We do have like a retrieval run or something, right? Or Katorga. I can't remember which one is in this one.
They did one from HQ. Yeah, we have Katurga. We have retrieval run and we have labor rights, so it'll be fine.
This may be a weird thought.
Yeah.
But Laamb always looked like Nero's arm from Devil May Cry 5. It's not a weird thought. It's a beautiful thought. Nero's arm DMC 5?
I don't think I played DMC 5.
I've never played any DMC game.
I think I played the reboot one that was just called DMC. I think that's a real memory. Where you had like the swoop tear.
Don't tell Meteor this, but I think they're totally right.
All right, draw credit. We're off. So the idea is that Chestushka actually lands a heck of a lot. I think we moshing here. Huh. Missing out on peak action combat. No, I believe you. Okay, so how do we play this? At least we can go pretty slow. So if we mosh and we draw a lot, we can get rid of the Ashen. We probably need to play it. We can get rid of the Strike Fund, and then I think we can get rid of the Running Hot.
I think we can get rid of the Ashen.
Yeah, 100%.
Obviously Strike Fund.
Yeah. This seems like nothing, so the pinhole's probably good for managrams and stuff like that. So I think it's either the running card or the spark. Spark is good. Spark is just good.
Spark is still good. I think maybe
I'll do the running card.
I don't
Justushka seems
know.
so free. There's a chance this is just a spin doctor,
I mean,
though.
Shishka does require us to run on HQ, which we don't want to do.
We don't mind if it's just Justushka. Ghost Tongue, grip it.
Yeah.
Lost the pinhole. Okay, sick. They have to sabotage too. I think we'll check archives here to see if it's a spin doctor. Laamb does look like someone grabbing the bed sheets while they're star.
Yeah. I have definitely thought
2
that.
from HQ. It's meant to be some sort of like wrestling martial arts, but it does look like everyone's having a great time.
Like I have always thought it looks like what's it called, like cinematic shorthand for something. The way if a character coughs blood, they're dying the next scene. If you see a hand grabbing bed sheets.
It's unontological. What the hell?
What is this deck?
I don't think the deck is well designed for Esâ. No, this looks terrible.
What is that?
2 core damage. This can't be good.
What do you mean not well designed? You've got the agenda that says.
I mean, for us.
Esâ, yeah, I guess we will be taking free core damage. I don't know.
Yeah, they have a 2/2 in their deck. That's not good.
Ironically, one of Nero's arms is a sex toy. I mean, any arm is a sex toy.
Both my arms are I'm worried. There also probably is like, well, obviously core damage ice, which maybe that's fine for us, but there's probably the trap. Okay, that's a spin doctor. We need to deal with that. Clip that. No, we're good. Only if it makes sense in context of someone publishing the tournament deck list. That'll be the flavor text on the reprint. Hey, Alias. That sort of design space of like, I guess we got Lobisomem, which is the closest to like overinstall. Okay, so Spin Doctor, this looks like a trap or some garbage. I think we'll start with Nuka. I don't think we really need a raindrops server 2. We get good raindrops value in this matchup. This probably gets shuffled. We want to be face checking sooner than later. Like, this is the sort of deck that's probably playing tier. It's some way to hurt us real bad. Yeah, Nightmare Archives with the overinstall, that makes sense to me. Unless they shuffle it back. Then it won't make sense to us. Brawn, Jaguarundi, like, okay. So yeah, it probably is. We have a hand size issue. Nuka Mystic?
Yeah, Nuka Mystic.
Yeah, just set up.
Good.
I hate that Andre doesn't automate Esâ. I like to remember when my triggers fire. Nice, Rashida. I like to take focus on the part of the game that plays the game so that when I play in person, I don't forget.
That's good.
I honestly think anybody who automates
a beautiful way
is making a mistake.
All right, Meteor. I guess I regret everything. I don't think anyone ever quipped where I like have an existential crisis about Stegodon. But someone did like write it out like in the comments. Now, and I go back to that sometimes when I'm like, man, I'm weird. Do you want
to just raindrops this?
Raindrop server 1? Yeah, that seems good.
Force at least 1 res. If it's an end to run, like if it's a Brawn, I think we're laughing for like multiple reasons. If it's a Jaguarundi, that's fine too, I guess. We wanted to be able to double click through. We don't have enough money, unfortunately, if this is a Managarm, so we can't actually click through ice. This might be a bit short-sighted. Yeah, forgetting this Marian person is really easy. That's one that I don't want automated for sure.
I feel like this is more for the creds than the cards. Like,
give the runner 1 tag. If the runner's tag do a core damage, I guess. Oops. How do we find core damage HB on JNet Casual?
Well, I prayed, and a shooting
2
star
from HQ. We're gonna lose our Marrow to something? Yeah. Yeah, they've been going from HQ. That makes sense. So Waroid, phenomenal.
Gross.
So Nico, it's fine. Rules question, because we flip all cards from archives first and choose the access sequence, we technically access the winning agenda before accessing Nightmare Archives? 100%. Do we just Chestushka?
Yeah, they're on 3. Let's Chestushka.
Yeah. They skipped their free res. They opted not to. But yeah, you're right. It's the first time. The first time, yeah. So
So
they had
so
to
what is
choose
that?
to skip it.
Yeah, so that tells us like either their ice is so expensive that even with the discount they didn't want to go down like tiers and brands and Ancels. There's no Eli's on the table.
Oh no, it's Jaguar not a Byroid.
Oh, Jaguar's into Byroid. I
Yeah,
see.
yeah. It's a Byroid. They have to pass a Byroid.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, me too.
There's lots of fists. Yeah, Chestuchka is well, you can think about Chestuchka in all sorts of ways. It is some of my favorite art in all of Midnight Sun. One of my absolute favorites.
It's great.
In a set that has a lot of like orange colored hands in blue net space.
This is Doyle, right? Yeah. Doyle just keeps drawing hands. No one's asking
Just-
to. He's just
yeah,
drawing hands.
yeah. No one,
And it's good
no one
hands.
told,
Like,
no one told him.
oh, we're filling a tag here. I realize. That might be a problem.
We
Trash is
get
4th in
emails
the
from
top of
Doyle every
R&D.
now and then. They're just like, "Hey,
Hey guys, I got some hands
here's,"
ready.
they're like, "We didn't. We got. Please, Doyle, stop."
All right, so they're on no money. They can't raise the Nico. We have a tag. I don't think that's gonna be super relevant. There is 4 unknown cards in archives.
Mhm.
Do we just Chestushka again?
Yeah, absolutely. We Chestushka again. I don't. I think we just keep on Chestushka.
The problem is a pitch a foot card for Doyle in the next set. If NSG can make Doyle
I
draw
bet he
a
can't do
foot,
it.
I will lose my mind.
Yeah,
I
an
will
orange foot. Yeah.
straight up lose my mind.
We can totally do a card that's like inspired by 1984. What's the future? Naked foot stomping on net space forever.
What is the plural for Chestushka? Chestushke, probably?
Chestushkai, because it comes from the Greek. That is wrong on many levels.
That is wrong. Yeah, it's probably a. Just like,
Mhm.
so in Slovenian, the plural for Chesva is Chesvi.
Mhm.
I'm imagining it's something similar. Okay. Issue here is that if we run archives, there's going to be, bad stuff down there, and we can't
A
steal
couple of
Aqua.
Nightmare Archives.
Do you want a running hot so we can steal Aqua?
Sure.
I mean, I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time.
Mm.
All right, so they have 0-2 agendas in their deck. Scribbles notes furiously. All right, notice that they've been trashing the top of R&D. It means their hand is loaded. Like, this is where you play legwork and win the game, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm Dirty Laundry Archives.
Yeah,
There's
but
simply no
Brennan,
nightmare?
by the way,
100%
specifically
there is.
does work on the art team, on the visual team. So if anyone in chat can get Adam Doyle to draw a foot,
Fuck.
it's Brendan. Okay, so how gross is this?
Hypoxia, Noreen, they have no ice anymore. Check a Scion, like we're going to die to end of the line.
Check a sign is gross. Let's remove attack. Even though we will inevitably get more tags.
I'm not happy about this matchup.
I'm never happy.
Their hand is 100% agendas. Like, here we just need a retrieval run for. Have we found a Begamut yet? No.
Yeah, we got no. We do have the Laamb in archive, so we can retrieval run for it if we need to.
I don't think we want a retrieval run for a Laamb because Laamb breaks Eli for 5.
Ugh. Ugh.
5 seems bad.
Mhm.
Undo turn. I'm not sure if this is good for JNet. Check influence. Scions 2, 3, 4. End of list. Spin Doctor 5, 6, 7. So they could be on one end of the line, but they're probably on like distributed tracing.
Yeah, that is probably their tagging card, their direct tagging card.
Chestushki. Yeah, that makes sense. We score another one.
Yeah.
Influence counter is something I don't do lazy. I can. That's a cost-based game. I should have done influence counter. Realize that Kyle was not on 2 Anoetic. That really hurt me.
Yeah. So ontological is a 0-2 now.
Oh yeah. There's only one
cool.
more though, so they can't win.
Yeah,
off of
yeah, of course. Yeah, that's a good point.
Do we just raindrops HQ? It's better than drawing.
I guess.
It's
I don't know.
gain 3, draw 2.
I guess it's roughly better than drawing?
It's
Why is it
way
draw
better than
2
drawing. Because 2 separate teams will fire.
on HQ?
Yeah.
Or just bouncing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, sure.
Like, once we get our Laamb down, we just run HQ for free.
Mhm.
Oh, Banhar, that's dangerous. How many cards did we draw?
Like, we only draw 1,
Oh, shit, because it
right?
doesn't resolve.
Mhm.
Oh, monkey. One sub fires? You know what? That was not intuitive.
Mhm, mhm.
That was super strange.
You know what? You get this nice new AC unit, and now you don't know how to
Yeah.
play the game anymore. You got lazy.
Y'all thought correctly. Okay, I was just going to steal an Ikoa here.
Yeah, casual Ikoa steal.
Hedge fund. Okay.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
guess we'll put Banhar down for fear.
Yeah, it's good to cause fear.
Man. Those were R&D cards. Their hand is loaded. This is, yeah, legwork. So good.
Mhm.
I thought if ETR fires, no other subs fire. Yeah, no, that's exactly how it works.
Okay. Well, we're gonna Nuka next turn. We're gonna draw legwork. We're gonna draw some good cards.
Oh, there's no legwork in the deck.
There's no legwork in the
It's
deck, right?
very hard for us to draw legwork.
This is the 2 pinhole version.
Yeah.
Cool.
Whoa, Tempo Spin Doctor?
Hmm.
No greasing either. I would assume they might be ungreasing.
What did they pull back?
They're
Oh,
highlighted
they're
red
not.
level, and he's highlighting something else.
Hmm.
Tier. How? What's
Well,
the strength on tier 7?
uh-huh.
That'll be a problem. We'll
Tears of
land through
Sentry,
it.
right?
Tears of Sentry, yeah. It
Mhm.
has, I want to say 3 subroutines.
Hmm.
Yeah. One of them is 2 core damage.
And you shouldn't be clicking through this.
Probably don't want to. Put the agenda in server 1. Okay, another upgrade. Great. We'll put Benhart on HQ. Remote enforcement in the deck. Yeah, it might be. But I don't know what the agenda suite is, but we haven't really seen many agendas. All right, it's here. Do we have any reason to install the Buzzsaw? We've seen Narines, which I think are 4 strength. Yeah, so that's nothing.
Hmm.
I think we just do Begamet, run HQ.
Begamet Run HQ.
Oh, hit the steel skin, draw a good run. Oh.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Chastushka.
I don't think I want to Chastushka. I think I want to touch cards. They're trashing 2 from R&D every turn. Like, do
No,
we
but
actually
we've
Chastushka?
got 2 clicks. Chastushka once, then run again to touch cards. It costs us 1 credit each time.
But where do you run to touch cards?
HQ.
Okay.
You Chastushka, then you run back to touch cards.
Yeah, but then we can't steal Ikoa.
That's a good point.
I think if
You know
anything,
what,
we should
I-
have just done it the other way.
I think that's wrong. I think we have a lower chance of touching an agenda.
We're gonna die to snare in like a couple turns. 4 from R&D.
All right, that brand is useless. Good
Oh,
to
there's
know.
a fist in chat. Have you seen that in the chat log?
Oh, that's very cool. I didn't realize
That's
that.
very cool. Yeah, 4 from R&D. Like, should we not be running HQ? Because now, like, we should run HQ twice there, Pat. Because now the Nico's going to finish and they're going to put their agendas in server 1. And we needed to stop that chain. We didn't need to get disruption. We just needed to touch agendas. We're going to steal Nico. I'm going to be so upset. Okay, there is a remote enforcement. Yeah, their whole hand is probably remote enforcements. 3 hand size? Okay.
Yeah. Run back and touch cards.
Okay. If we lose the labor rights, we lose the game. Maybe. The game could be in archives. We know they have...
It could be.
What do we know they have in hand?
That was 4 random cards from R&D. Like, that's very likely it's in archives. And
there's 11 cards left in the deck. Wait, can we just win by decking?
Well, maybe we can deck them.
Like, don't we just do labor rights, Chastushka?
Hmm.
Okay, it's a free brawn. That's fine. Okay, let's talk about this. Why don't we just run this server?
It costs us 1, and then Jaguar R&D does stuff to us. But is that even an issue?
No, it gives us a tag.
We could retrieval run. Does that replace the breach, or does that?
Yeah, it's a replacement effect.
Okay.
Are the cards flipped if
Hmm.
you retrieval run? I don't think they do.
I don't think they do. I think that's part of
No,
the
they don't.
breaching step.
Just like Praxis. So retrieval run's free. The thing is, like, what does retrieval run get us? Like, we can retrieval run for the Laamb, but like this has to be an agenda. And then if it's on top of a Managarm, we don't care, right? Like we just run this, double click through the Managarm when we win. Why would we run server 1?
I guess it doesn't matter. Like I don't want to take.
Jaguar Rundy's
I
just
don't know.
tempo, right? Like it literally draws this card.
It's kind of tempo, but if it's not an agenda, then we might lose the labor rights, and then we're
Yeah, but the
maybe
game's
falling
over.
behind.
Like if they score at a 5-3, they can score ontological, we lose. I think we have to do
Hmm.
it. I think they're
That's
doing
a
this
good
because
point. Yeah.
archive is loaded. Like if this fails, we just run archives.
Hmm.
Hi, Nanako the cat.
Oh, she hanging out with us?
Nah, she just came in. Maddie must have fallen asleep.
Hmm.
Are we taking 2 tags? Like we lose the end of line, but we've seen 2 hypoxias, so I'm not too scared.
I'd be so sad to lose the game at this point.
I'm gonna do it.
All right.
You gotta be aggressive. If this fails, we run archives. We haven't seen
I'm
Inquis
not.
yet.
You know
Otherwise,
that
we run HQ.
there are 0 wolves in me.
Yeah, you're like unwolfing yourself.
I'm wolfless.
Hit the buzzsaw. Oh, that was the worst one.
Yeah. Eh.
Okay, now we have to win off of the cards we have left. But the game will be over before we go through 15 cards. They sabotage 2 from the top of R&D. See, this is good. Res the Managarm. An Amaze Amusements.
Doesn't matter. We're already on tags.
Yeah. It's remote enforcement. Okay, so we're tagged. We
Yeah.
technically have to touch everything. Wait, this card's like 3 influence, right? Yeah. Okay, so we have 2 options here. We can clear the tags. We can run archives, run HQ.
We can clear most of the tags.
Oh, we have 4 tags. No, we're cooked. I forgot we have 4 tags.
Yeah, we run archives, we run R&D, run HQ.
Yeah, we just
We're
touch
bound
everything.
to touch something.
We should run HQ twice. Nothing. Okay, so we run HQ.
Okay. Yeah, run HQ, then run R&D.
I think we run HQ twice. I don't think we run R&D. They've been going for the top of R&D, means their HQ's loaded. We'll be joining Sundog, I know. Yeah, there you go. Their hand probably has so many agendas that they're like ripping 8 off of R&D. We accessed unique cards. 7? That stat can't be correct.
We only wait. No, that doesn't make any sense.
That's probably unique cards by name.
Oh, is it?
That must be. That can't be unique like numbers of targets we touched.
And does it count?
Oh, it doesn't count archives.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could tell. We should have ran HQ twice instead of chest doucheking. Pat is on stream with me. Shane is public. Oh,
whenever you say we, you're referring to the Canadian Olympic athletes and yourself.
No, that's true. I'm sure Pat is lovely. Yeah, Pat is nice. Pat is great.
Well, okay, I appreciate that, but let's not do.
Are you on end of line? Any feedback? It's really hard to give feedback because I don't actually know what their game plan is. If they were just on public trail, we'd probably have lost the game.
Yeah, like okay, so hypoxia is their hypoxia, and to an extent, Jaguarundi are their tag punishment.
I think really they might hard to leverage that into a win condition. It's
I mean, I can see it. Yeah, it's like the ontological. I don't know. You're not doing enough core damage aside from Esâ.
Yeah.
Aside from when you face Esâ to really make the ontologicals definitely worthwhile. Like, there's so many steps to make the ontologicals worthwhile. You have to tag, then you have to hypoxia, then you have to ontological. I think that's one too many steps to call this a combo.
Yeah. I think check of science also like probably something you could easily change for public trail, oppo. I think public trail into hypoxia is still incredibly expensive. Like pay 5. For that.
If you drop both the scions, then you have end of the line money.
Yeah, but I just think this deck is so slow that most runners will have more than 8 credits when they touch your cards. Yeah, totally. Let's look at it there. I thought we were so goofed because clearly they cared about core damage. Like if you see your opponent's on hypoxia and then you're like 6 core damage in, like you get your.
Uh-oh.
And the line also forces the runner to respect it, which hurts their best play patterns. Yeah.
Hmm.
GM gamers. Jennifer, how's it going? Yeah, interesting. I
Hey,
would not have
Jennifer.
been able to tell what they were doing. So like that's the big thing is they could easily trick us to running an Amaze Amusements like they did. But if at the end of the day the punishment is just like here's 2 hypoxia, I don't think I care that much. I also always forget hypoxia does take your clicks out of you, but like whatever.
Yeah,
Man,
that's the smallest part of that.
Legwork would have been game winning in that matchup.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's do one more without that.
I think you need a HQ multi-access in ASA.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Especially also like against, and this is an ICC thing, against less confident players against ESA, they tend to like hunker down a bit and only sabotage non-agendas from hand, which like not that you often sabotage agendas, but I feel like it's even better into that. Speaking of Endeline, I want to build a blast game today with 5 agendas and 3 hammers and top 15 cards. Yo, honestly, drawing 5 agendas in your top 15 cards is really good for that deck. Oh, PE.
Built to Blast was one of the
69 card PE. Great.
Oh god, what a mess. Built to Blast was one of the decks I was considering offering my new players. Actually,
I tell them, show them the video. There's 2 videos about it. I think it's a really nice way to learn the game. The hand's fine. 4 of them were for the mulligan. Random damage versus random damage. Yeah, but with 69 cards, it's even randomer damage. Like, how quickly do we die to Sice and Dawn in this matchup? Last click mindscaping. Okay. Top of R&D. They know it. Card. Okay, so let's start a bit. Admittedly, we should wait for our marrow. Imagine our marrow is on the bottom of the deck and we just did this to ourselves.
No, we've got 3 marrows. We'll draw one soon.
Standoff vibes. Running Arcos is really hard in this matchup because of like stings and they could be on Regenesis. Not that I think we can get Regenesis combo up consistently. 1 and 1. Okay, I love it. I think we'll just draw here, plate Mystic. Yeah, great. First question I asked when ICP is Grinder or Shell Game? More often than not Grinder. I think Shell Game is not incredibly popular. The thing is, like, their deck is as consistent as it is that we should just check this. I don't think we play Banhar. I think we just run this.
We've got 3 of a lot of the important stuff in this hand. So
we can't trash Urtica technically. Oh, it's an NGO. Great. For 60 plus cards, they don't have a game plan. Like, and I mean that respectfully. Like, it's hard to see a 69 card deck and think they have a game plan. It's just like I'm gonna put as many cards as say the word damage on it, and you'll run out of cards sooner. And like rightfully so.
There are some like self-mill kind of cards in PE. Like, I'm still not sure exactly what's going on here. Obviously, Urtica Cipher.
Do we trash that?
Yeah. Do we not?
So Grinder? Yeah, Grinder. I think that's a pretty bad draw for them. I don't know, man. Yeah, not enough money, I know. I was saying that when we ran the first cards, so not enough money for Urtica. We actually probably should have raindrops the remote server. Because I didn't plan the further turn.
I like Aaron. I have no respect for sloppy PE.
Editing your matchup, like the way that you play P against Mikhail is really interesting. All right, just touch everything, I guess. Blood in the water. Okay, that seems like a good hit. Gain 2. Okay.
Good hit. Cool.
Nothing kills us here. So Urtica, yeah. Pay 2 to trash. Okay, Nuka. We'll run the last one.
Should we have trashed that or just remember that it's there?
We should want to trash it.
Okay.
Oh. You're gone. Oh, sorry. It was not advanced. I like playing around Trickle Light. Maybe it's not worth playing around a combo in a 69 card deck, but I don't like leaving a Trickle Light battery. So much judgment on the 69 card deck. No, I know Boglos has it going. I don't mean to be rude about it. I just don't. I find it to be a very miserable game experience. All right, we want a marrow sooner than later because we have 4 hand size, and that's obviously not great. What's the worst that this could be on server 5?
I mean,
let's find out.
Yeah, okay. Urtica's just 2 damage, so
yeah, it's like we're not installing these cards. It's an Angelique. Oh,
I
cool.
wondered if I was about to say Angelique. That's fun.
But it's like their deck is probably built around having every single card that says the word damage in it and just having more cards than we do. Which, yeah, I get it.
That actually makes sense.
Plus reset, yeah, they probably have a fair bit of recursion. We do have Ashen labor rates. Like, we're going to do our deck twice if we don't lose the Ashen randomly, which we can, right?
Yeah,
I
that's
heck
very
love
likely.
damage synergy. You just go X damage and Netrunner DB, and you can actually build something relatively reasonable. You'd probably want to search credit or card draw, but like Mindscaping is card draw and credits and damage.
That is true. It's a tricky one.
All right, I'm not going to touch that one. All right,
it's fine.
Let's go. Wants a moment? Yeah. That's a bad draw for them, I think. But do I want them to draw this?
I've got no idea what all this money is going to be used for.
I know, but now if they install Advance, they know that we know that they know.
Oh, you know what? I do love the mind games.
The issue is that we can't face check because we die to Sysantons so hard.
Yep, very badly. Keep drawing up.
Yeah. Sir 6 is a House of Knives. I'm gonna be so upset. False lead's also really bad. But it doesn't say damage on it.
No, the damage is something you have to figure out yourself with false lead.
You got to mix up Andre, only run every alternate turn. You might be right. Like, I think we were a bit too easy to read running everything. Like, this looks like an NGO front. For that reason, I'm going to check it. Because if it is an NGO front, we're happy. Because they know we know. Like, if we spend a click and they spent their whole turn on NGO front, like, we're whatever. It's no big deal. Phonotria, that's really annoying.
Yeah.
We have no killer in the deck.
It's mostly annoying because they'll have ice.
Yeah. Yeah, Begamot's going to matter. I don't think we run archives. We just need to find a Fuji. If we find a Fuji, we're good. Yeah, them having ice is a problem. But, like, they have to figure out where to put it. I think they found out where to put
it. I think they had one option of where to put it, and they put it there.
All right.
Okay.
Steel skin in hand.
So.
Just touch cards. This is Spin Doctor. Daniela.
Oh.
Do we trash Daniela? I don't think we do.
I'm not. That's. I don't know. I don't know what to do with Daniela.
No, I don't think server rate matters. I think this is probably a Rashida or something. A Hokusai. I mean, well, they can put all in the same server, but then this hurts me more. This deck has a more in it for sure. I don't want to take this damage again. Money matters less than damage does. I'm gonna run archives. Do we die to anything? No. Where did we? Oh, we died to Fuji into something. But if it's Fuji into something, we win the game. It was a Hokusai grid and an anemone. Bless.
Yeah, one anemone out. That's fine by us.
Why not play this on the same server? Because we ran both of them.
Can't Daniela move, or is Daniela the only one that doesn't move?
No, Daniela weirdly can't move.
Okay, damn it, Daniela.
That's why they put. I guess the other characters are also sitting down, but
the irony, like, she's in an office chair. It has wheels.
It does have wheels, probably. Okay, my friends. Like, Chistushka's probably how we win. 49 cards left in R&D. It's turn 8. Like, boy.
Maybe we activate.
Maybe just run
actually
ice?
Having breakers or something. I don't know.
No, it's a Phonotria. That's fine. Ban her turns the net damage subroutines into damage subroutines. Oh, we missed Sealskin and Strike Fund? Bummer. Okay, that's really important. Do you want to just run back on R&D and win? Do we die to Punitive?
What a question.
All right, we're fine. We're cooking.
Yeah, we're fine-ish.
We're fine. I personally have the P matchup for the Mastermind game, even if I'm garbage. I think there's like a spot for it. But this is like not it.
I frequently say, like, I think it belongs in the ecosystem of the game. I think it has to be there to like temper the sharpened and honed blades of everyone else.
We can't die to Saisentan here, right?
I see 3 events, but the steel skin will draw us a card.
Yeah, so we have 6 cards in hand.
4 events actually. So yeah, we'll see.
3 events. Oh yeah, I was gonna play that. They're good PEs. Yeah, no, they're PEs that have like focused game plans. I like them. Why do we ban hard R&D? Fun. We probably should have banned hard HQ because this could be a tattoo blow, honestly.
Hmm.
No res. Neat.
Wonder what that is. And I wonder what they'll do. 1 card from HQ and 3 from R&D.
All right. Cool.
That's the game.
Good game.
GG.
All right, turn 9. They still have 44 cards left. Thanks for the game. Oh, they're gone. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely should have banned hard HQ there. There was a chance. I'm not sure what they would not res there. But like, yeah. I don't know. Damage tribal. It'll get there for sure. One more?
Yeah, let's do 1 more.
Oh, it's only 11. Yeah.
I've got the energy and the throbbing foot pain for 1 more.
You're not
Not
here
that
in
I'm
person, so I
standing.
can't chastise you for yawning.
It's called Chestushka.
Chestushka, you sorry. It shocks me
Mhm.
how weak it is. It's not necessarily weak. I think a lot of players will die to that, where they'll, hey Jai, they will like not respect certain threats. They'll access on low cards in hand. The thing is, like, we had no card in our deck that really mattered. We can just go touch everything, and we have Steel Skin and Strike Fund. Sorry, Steel Skin more accurately.
Yeah.
Esâ. All right, we're playing against Jai's Esâ. This is a really good deck. It won a couple of events.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be put to the test for sure.
Starting with Marrow.
Oh, let's go. Well earned vacation. Okay, so this is the Esâ group on 2 Holloman. It's been a while since I've reviewed the list. I don't think it's on Tattoo Bowl anymore. It has like 2 powers that be Spin Doctor, and it is an Esâ list. One of their best cards in our opening hand is Banhar. We also have no Acid Tech, so we don't have like a Miss Bones or anything. Hey, Aaron.
So, good night. So I do like. I mean, I see what you mean. Like, we want Banhar in the opening hand. I do like this one though for like play Nuka, play Marrow.
This hand has
Go.
no impact on the game for the first 2-3 turns. Like, this
Fair.
Esâ wants to win on turn 9. How do we impact the game with this?
But we start with card draw and our console. I think that's fair. I think that.
I think
mean,
it's
I
way
understand.
too slow.
Okay. All right.
I think the best card in our hand is Running Hot.
All right. Let's mulligan for Banhar and not get it.
Yeah.
How about that?
There. That's a better hand.
Frick.
Yeah.
Frick.
It's actually a very similar hand, but like I think strictly better. Like, we're not worried about Marrow. We don't need hand size.
Yeah. I've been engoling too many walls. No, I just have I've joint pain in my like above my ankle part of my foot, and today it really got to me, which is why I couldn't make it to Andre's in person.
Keeper's Maldic right now. All right, we need to get Banhar down. We can face check server 1. Oh, neat. We want to get the ice resed. If it's a drafter or returns the hedge fund, that's not great. But if it's a gatekeeper, getting a res now or getting res later doesn't really matter too much. But we can force this res here. We probably need to get Banhar down laundry R&D, I think.
I like that.
But then we can draw up once. We will love the strike fund in hand. We can have Banhar Chestushka next turn if Jai doesn't double ice. But do we contest this? The deck's not an MIC.
Like it might be drafter. Like, yeah, let's just try it. Let's see what happens.
Gatekeeper's kind of bad with only 2 cards in hand, actually. Maybe we shouldn't. I actually think giving Jai 3 cards here into Esâ is really, really, really rough. Let's just set up.
Okay, so
great.
Draw Banhar laundry.
Yeah, we'll draw. Okay. I said I want a mulligan for Banhar, and it was like, okay, every Banhar. Nice. That's why we do in that order. That's really important. Unfortunately, we didn't get our banner down. Very important we didn't get our banner down. But now it's actually huge because there's only 2 Ikwa in the deck, so Jai has to probably score out 4 agendas. It's going to be Rashida, yeah, probably. Tranquility is also pretty bad.
Not
Looks
Rashida.
like it's not. Yeah. Did Jai mull?
Nope, Jai kept.
Jai kept. Jai kept. Jai's already on 5 cards. You just don't know it yet. It's a trank. Great.
Makes sense. Making money.
Okay, so probably Rashida there. The deck is not on Seamless. It's on... Maybe it's on 1 Seamless, but it's like mostly Holloman.
Extra
Okay,
install.
so we need to get the Banhar down. Esâ install. This is hard to contest, but the money's not great. That has to be Rashida. So we'll draw into a pinhole. We need to get our banner down. We can touch R&D if we have a reason to touch R&D. Buzzsaw doesn't break much in the deck. I think the ice is just Gatekeeper. There might be a singleton magnet, but I'm not convinced. Yeah, the deck has like 2 wage workers in it, I think. It's not like fully wage workers, it's slightly wage workers. I'll draw again.
Draw again.
This is useless. So do we just touch R&D Banhar?
Yeah, that's what I like.
I don't love touching R&D.
I enjoy it. I find it fun to touch R&D.
That's good.
We'll leave it.
Actually, no, we should have left that. We have no viruses in the deck. Sorry. Can I untrash that? Can be your garbage. I was like 2 op-pilled. Yeah, okay. We'll throw out the 3rd Banhar, I take it?
Is that the right Banhar to play?
It was the only Banhar. Oh, no, you're right. We threw out the other one. Yeah, that was the right one.
The illusion of choice.
In Hololist, I prefer Restore for the slot over Wage Workers because hand trash is rarer. Restore is like really cool with Holoman.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks, we do click. Jaina, thanks you. I love this undo click being poisonous meta because we are so undo click around here. Okay, Spin Doctor. We have not done a single work of sabotage.
The Banhar Hall problem. It's always the Banhar you don't pick.
So now we need to wait for Jai to overinstall our Spin Doctor because until then the Chistushka play is pretty rough. Having reviewed the footage, we actually the left Banhar, not the right one.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. The right one was the left one in the end.
Okay. So it's probably the Mavirus. Ice up everything, mini fully up, pretty good still though. So actually running HQ and getting a touch is the best thing we could do here. Wage Workers doesn't really matter, but touching cards on HQ is good. I think we're gonna go HQ and we're not gonna go for the Ashen. We're just gonna touch cards. Seems good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do we draw for like a what's it called? A raindrops? Or a dirty? Or a fuck. Now we don't want to lose that. Whatever. That's really good for Holoman. We're not
that would be very good. It's too bad we're definitely going to lose it.
Yeah. Most is 3 separate teams, but there's no way there's a Brawn here. Yeah. He has agendas in hand for sure. Magnet.
Cool.
Oh, there is a code gate. Okay, the Buzzsaw has value. I don't know what we do with the rest of our turn. I think we run back once.
Do we just do... Okay.
No, not with the Spin Doctor on the table. It's really, really rough.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We need to make this awkward for him. We need to make him consider resin because he's gone through here 17 cards. We've seen 1 agenda. Like there's 2 agendas ahead, maybe 1.
Yeah, I think he's considering it.
Yeah, he's considering
it.
Which you should, even if you're not considering it.
That's
fully
true.
up.
Always
that's really bad. I think we just go back. Genuinely, I think we go back. Like we're not installing. Maybe we draw. We can't steal Iqua, but there's only 1 more Iqua in the list.
All right, let's go back.
Because what's he going to do on his turn? We've seen fully up, we've seen magnet. He can maybe do install, fully up. Like he's going to pop off and he's going to get a second ice on HQ. He has an agenda in here. I want to see Mav. No, Mav isn't server 1. Give us them points. No, 100% send server 1. There's no way. Shit, that's bad. Okay. We'll throw out...
They got 2 in there.
Ashen?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, he has points in there. We got unlucky. So Wage Workers is something we can consider pinholing if he ever puts a card in the remote server and we don't know if it's a Holoman. Pinner Workers threatens the Spin Pop, maybe. He probably will let us pop the Spin Doctor, though. Like, generally in these decks, you don't often use Spin Doctor, because having a fully operational in the bin is one of the best things he can do, because he has Powers That Be, and because he has... Or not Powers That Be, that installs a card, right? But because he has Drafter, yeah.
Drafter pulls back, yeah.
Would they res it with Chistushka? No, they would just tank it with Spin Doctor, I think.
So Pinhole first, then Chestushka?
I don't think we want to pinhole the
Because
spin doctor.
like, I'm
Like,
sure
it's way too
you really think
expensive.
he just wouldn't use it?
So this is what I'm thinking, right? Like if we go for
Mhm.
Chestushka, we're spending so we have to spend a pinhole, we have to spend a
Mhm.
spin doctor trash, then we have to spend a
Mhm.
Chestushka, then we have to go through Zeiss, all to touch 4 random cards. When we know there's agendas 100% in HQ and or on server
You
3.
you had me at Chestushka. Stop. You've already sold me on this.
Right, like Jai has a really well-oiled deck. His win condition, he's
Mhm.
very good at getting quickly to it. That trying to put the game on random axes is so difficult against a well-oiled
Yep.
machine.
Do you know what you do with a well-oiled deck, Andre?
What do you do?
You light the fire.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
Yeah,
say
there
put
we go.
reprise
Yeah.
in it.
Okay. Okay. Well, obviously I do. Personally, I do.
So this is Holloman. Server 3 actually might be an agenda.
And I maintain that the one time I reprised Spin Doctor, then ran Archives, felt very good. Everyone said, "Wow, that guy's
Oh
really
shit, he
impressive."
overinstalled Spin Doctor.
You just overinstalled it?
Yeah, yeah, 100%. You often overinstall an HB. You
Yeah,
want to have this in
I
the
guess
bin
so. Yeah, I
because
guess
of
you
the
want to
blade
have
of.
the stuff in the God, that makes
I
a lot of
didn't
sense.
realize you trashed a Spindo. I was convinced. So server 1 actually is an agenda. Server 3 is probably powers that be. My board state reevaluation is a bit different.
Mhm.
So on 70 cards, Jai can res everything. So I
Hmm.
thought it was an upgrade. So that means that the wage workers helps. He can afford Holloman for off-world office. Heaven forbid a Luminal. Server 3 is a powers that be, which is like a luxury. I think here we can just go for the Chestushka.
Mhm.
I want to
I'd like to make some more money though.
yeah, we will if the strike fund fires.
Mhm.
We're also on threat 3 immediately, which for ablative is really bad. Because any ablative we go through is spin doctors on the table. Like if there's a ablative on HQ, that might be one of the reasons Jai's not resing. Like I don't love this.
There
I
we
tried to
go.
warn you, dog.
Okay.
That's so bad. Is this optional? It's not even optional. My turn to mess up.
Hmm.
You spoke into existence. Some of these decks are on like 3 ablative. I think his deck is on 3 ablative. Yeah, yeah. Right, that's exactly why. And I think this is a huge learning for a lot of people who like 100% just pop spin doctor. Don't pop spin doctor unless you have a reason to. Or
Yeah, you're right. Like I see Spin Doctor. I'm like, I will use it if I have
no,
two cards in
yeah.
Archives. Doesn't matter what they are. But yeah, this is a great lesson in how you can gain some tremendous advantage from not doing so.
I think server 3 is a tranquility. Yeah, there you go. So he has to res it when he reses this because there's no res window on it on approach. Or sorry, on encounter, but that would fire, yeah. So that is a trank. So
Hmm.
now we know there's no powers that be. This is probably an agenda. So that means we actually need to pinhole threading the wage workers, which we can't afford.
Hmm.
Recurring spin is spin recursion. Cases where you have to hope it wasn't ablative. I think it's true, but this like is not a great Chestushka. The problem is like he opened with two fully operational, so there's no good way for us to like contest the board. We need this to hit the strike fund to have a chance. That's not great. I like how he reses the spin doctor first. That's very good.
Hmm.
3 from HQ, 1 to the top of R&D. Yeah, like come on. Okay, so we
Gross.
can strike
Uh,
fund, which puts us
ugh,
on 5, and then we can pinhole the wage workers to go down to 0.
that
Unless it's
sucks.
a luminal. It sucks. You're not wrong.
Hmm.
Let's draw once. But everything sucks now, man. We have no
Yeah.
economy.
Ugh. Can we? No, we're on two crap clicks. I don't know. I don't
I
know what
think
to
we
do here.
have to deal with the wage workers. They're on 0
Okay.
points, yeah, but they score at the off-world office. Believe in the mill? Jenny, I like your attitude there. That might actually encourage me.
Hmm.
Okay, I think the line is probably trash wage workers. We'll see how bad this is. If it's a luminal, it's really, really bad because then they have like an 8-click turn. If it's an
Hmm.
off-world office, or what's the other 4-2 in the deck? 26 cards, it can be done.
They have an architect deployment test, maybe.
Yes. Yeah, they do have. No, it actually might
Mhm.
be Midnight 3. World Wall Trish also baits spin here.
Really?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it does. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it actually. I don't want this wage workers to survive. So you're right. If there's agendas in there, the spin doctor gets popped. That's kind of cute.
Hmm.
This is where you don't say. I've seen too many people pinel threading. Now he's thinking pinel threading and say like, I'm gonna Dutch your spin doctor. Wait, you gotta stew in this energy, which I doesn't know what we're up to.
He has trashed 4 cards. Like, he might want to use
Oh,
the spin doctor
we're good.
proper.
How he sees for the deck to lose momentum. The Asa group deck kind of hard, honestly. It's like with things like Ablative, most of the runs push you forward. Tranquility Home Grid is just like absolutely cracked. And then the Asa double install, all the agendas are tempo positive. Wage Workers is like wild. It's genuinely kind of hard.
Yeah, I don't hate Tranquility. I really am frustrated by Fully Up, although I don't think Fully Up is like terribly unfair. I kind of like Fully Up in theory.
Fully Up is cool because it's modal and because board state, but like if you can't keep their board state down, it just, you know, does the bad thing. And it does feel like you can't interact. Okay, Rashida. Okay. So the Wage Workers was a bit good, but like Jai isn't pushing an agenda here, which means he doesn't have an agenda. Because, well, if it's a virus on Tranquility, maybe that does make sense. Here we're in a bad spot because we have no money, no credits, and Jai's going to push out now, and we threw out our Hollow Man protection.
But we're going to be running R&D, and then we're going to draw cards from Steelskin Scarin.
We should be running HQ. Well, that actually could be 2 agendas on the table. Let's be honest. We should probably run R&D.
Yeah.
Dude, when the game is doing this and going R&D for singles, like how cursed is it? This is where like, I mean, like Padma doesn't make sense. Are you running R&D when this is the board state? So HQ, if I had an agenda, I don't think Jai would keep it 50-50. So there's one agenda here. This is a powers that be or wage workers, and there's maybe another agenda there. I think Trank is worse than Fully Op. They have so many of the power cards where Trank reses for 1 and can last the whole game. Yeah, Trank is it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous card. All right, draw. Man, Esâ hasn't fired once. I think we do credit running hot first.
I like that. Yeah, let's credit running hot.
What kind of Esâ playing?
Happen?
Droids, we're playing Tina's Esâ. We're not doing a great job.
Okay.
What do they do? 1 and 1. Okay. So the card in hand probably doesn't matter. There's a bunch of cards in there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cards in there. We could.
I think we moshed this hand.
This is a decent moshing hand. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a whole turn here. What you play with the problematic board state? Ignore it and win on centrals. Get lucky. Get luckies are win state. Like we cannot contest any of this. So we just want to do as much disruption as we can. Sabotage is only first time a turn with Esâ.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. So you want to run R&D? We have running hot and Marrow for next turn. If like how bad is this if it's an ablative? It is so bad.
It's going to be an ablative. There's 3 of in the deck for sure.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't there be?
There's no ace with more than 3 subroutines. Yeah, it's weird out here. Yeah, it's like totally notable that Jai should have had an agenda in server 1 2 turns ago, which means the R&D run is actually slightly better than it looks. Show us a drafter. Show us a gatekeeper. Fuck. This is so cursed.
And you've just fed them things for ablative to install.
Ban me, please. HV Ice. Finally. Card from Archives. Yeah, that could have been anything. Was that? Which card was that? So now this is a Hollow Man on top of something else. So Jai's scoring out next turn. Face down. Okay. So you don't have to say which face down it was, but that might have been sabotaged. I think you only have yourself to blame for these ablatives. You're calling them every time. It's the most likely. That was good.
Are all the face downs like considered perma shuffled? Like you really don't know which face down was? Okay.
Yeah, the order of face down cards is totally random.
Cool. Okay.
Your region champ, let's say you have 2 clan cards. What do you mean? Okay, it's a Spin Doctor. Obviously, we don't like Spin Doctor. But then getting in the bin means that Jai has access to a Spin Doctor.
That's true.
I'm gonna trash it.
I do feel like that's the right choice.
Okay, so now we can face check into thing. Gatekeeper's really bad. There's only 1 more ablative. We can make 1 run a turn, so let's just make sure we're making a run next turn. We'll probably do running hot. I think is more important than Marrow. HBI is increasing click efficiency. The most efficient thing that Jai's been doing is us running into his ice, barring the fully op, which was sick.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a hollow min, so it's over there. Ooh, Trixie.
Whoa!
Vitruvius counter?
What's what's happening over
There's the
there?
powers, okay. So
Oh
now
my god.
board state's coming back.
Okay.
So gain 7, has a click to install, and
Mhm.
a click there. So Jai can win in 3 turns if we can't contest this. And unfortunately, we can't contest that. We also did trash the Spin Doctor, but not that like you can't install it from hand with powers that be. But now Jai drew an unknown. So the Spin Doctor is now in server 2. This is so bad. Jai doesn't have an agenda here. What are our breakers to deal with a Blade of Barrier? We have no Begamut. We have only seen our Buzzsaw, so we just need to get any breaker down as much as we can afford any breaker. 18 cards left in R&D. Oh man, I wish we had a moshing instead of a marrow. We would mosh this hand.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's the Chistushka respect.
The running hot will be
Okay,
good.
so there's no agendas on the table.
Okay.
That's
So
surprisingly good.
Banhar R&D.
Which means... No, we might have to ban her server 2, but this upgrades a Managarm.
Hmm.
So this is Tranquil Virus Powers, Managarm Spin Doctor, Tranquility Managarm Hollowman, or it could be a backup Hollowman. Like, do we just running hot because it does something?
Yeah, it rises a card.
But it's a Spin Doctor.
So we should have put Sakia on server 2.
Yeah, but Managarm.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Managarm's unique.
Yeah,
Hey,
I don't think
Cinder,
that's going to matter here. Hey, Alec.
we were just talking about you. Talking about your streaming of Cascadia. Nothing weird. Well,
Let's just do it. We need the clicks. Okay, now we dirty laundry R&D.
sure. That's value.
Or do we actually start by dirty laundering archives to see if there's agendas that get shuffled back? It's 2 from HQ, so it's unlikely for the shuffle back.
I
let's go RD.
like tempting the shuffle back though.
So we should just... Yeah, okay.
Because there's 6 in there. Like, there's got to be something in there.
I don't think so.
Surely there's something in there. They have dropped some random
No.
cards. Never mind. Okay, well in that case we run R&D.
Yeah, and I think we can lock the deck. We need this to hit the Steel Skin Scarring so bad. Like, maybe we should install the Marrow. Oh, no, it's the same thing. Well, sort of. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is good.
That's a bad draw.
Mm.
Oh, that's bad.
Okay. Okay. So.
Yeah. Regroup. Do we just labor rights here? I have no idea.
What are we looking for when we labor rights? Like steel skins to...
I think we lose the game in 2 turns. Like, Jai fully ops, finds an agenda, installs on server 1. So our only win condition is to find multi-access, which this list is not on a finality, which is actually kind of notable for an ESA list. Or we need to figure out how to break HQ. The only way we break HQ is by getting in there. So like labor rights at a minimum is a cantrip, it draws 1, and we can make our deck better.
Yeah, let's try it.
Fantastic.
Maybe, yeah, a solution.
So we trashed Mystic, Strike Fund. That's phenomenal. So we need to bring back in anything that allows us to be aggressive and to run. So we're on 3 hand size.
So laundry or Buzzsaw or Chistushka.
Chistushka's hard because we can't get through 2 ice.
Yeah, I forgot they just did that.
Yeah. So we probably do Steel Skin, Running Hot.
Sure.
We don't really need money. We just need breaker access. Okay. That's not useful yet. We don't want to install one of these because we lose a sabotage trigger. Oh, Pinhole? Oh shit, Pinhole actually would have been really, really good. I think there's another Hollowman on the table though, so it's like not 100% perfect, but it would have been worth looking at for sure. Oh, we have so many clicks left in this turn. Bummer, we can't do anything with them.
We've already done our R&D run with Banhar.
Yeah, we saw fully operational.
Right, we saw the fully op. Yeah. All right, laundry archives for money, and then
I think we throw out the Ghost Tongue. I think we draw, throw out the Ghost Tongue, and then dirty laundry last click.
Sure.
Best case here would be, oh, that's good.
That's pretty good, actually.
Ghost Tongue doesn't do anything. We don't have to pinhole throwing the Holloman. How many are coming Cascadia? Neither of us, Alec. We're pretty far away.
Yeah. Don't be greedy. There's already 40 people registered on Always Be Running, and we know that that is small. For
Alec, you coming to
that's-
NANPC? Montreal?
Yeah, you coming to Montreal? End of
Clayton says I'm
August?
going to be there. There's going to be a lot of people there. Clayton, have fun. I'm in chat, not two reprobates. Okay, well, we're making our own party, and you're not invited.
Yeah, and maybe I'm happy to be a reprobate. I don't know fully what that means, but I'm not going to look it up.
Points R&D density approaching 1. Yo, let's go. Fully operational 4 times. Draw 2. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A 2-year-old makes cross-continent travel. They make airplane seats for all sizes of folks.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
Jai
I mean,
found it, but Jai
they
drew
technically
4
don't,
times.
but-
Jai drew 4 times, and now is like Jai here wants agendas in hand,
Mhm.
but also I kid. No, I know. Okay, so pinhole for Holloman I don't think does enough because I think there's 2 Hollomen.
Mhm. I think I think Syndrome was specifying 1 kid.
Sorry.
Don't worry about it. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have.
We actually get somewhat upset if Jai ices up archives. What ice have we seen? We've seen 2 ablatives, of course we have. Never forget. We've seen Gatekeeper, Drafter, and Magnet. So there's more Gatekeepers, more Drafters. There's probably 2 bronze. That's another Spin Doctor?
Another over-installed Spin Doctor.
That's another Spin Doctor. Okay. So server 2 upgrade, we don't know what it is. I think it's a Holloman. We can always trash this Holloman, but the deck's on 2 Holloman. I think if we pinhole this Holloman, he just reses a different Holloman.
Yeah, very well.
It actually might make sense to trash the powers that be.
That is definitely the best one to go for.
So what do you think? Do you think we start with pinhole the Holloman though?
Or I think we start with
pinhole the powers?
Well, I think we pinhole the powers, right?
Yeah, I think we pinhole the powers because I'm assuming there's another Holloman on the table. This is way too many upgrades for the list.
I think we pinhole the powers, then play Marrow.
Yeah.
Then run R&D.
Okay. Let's see what he does here because server 2 looks like a Spin Doctor. Or do we actually go for the Spin Doctor in quotes? The server 2 Spin Doctor. A Predator won't let me spend all our money on airfare for children's games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Take a train.
Trains are weirdly expensive. They should not be.
All right, Marrow. 13 cards. Draw 1. Kindly. Now we can raindrops R&D.
We can spark a Begamot.
We can spark a Begamot.
Next turn, probably.
Yeah, if it survives the 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
1 card from HQ, 1 card from the top of R&D. Do we check 1 card? No, I don't think we do.
No.
I can't believe our game plan is win on R&D, but this game looks pretty cursed. I think Jai might have another agenda in hand, but even if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, we kept the spark. Seems good.
We're good.
If we play the spark, I think we flatline.
We leave it?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Feeling good.
We're not feeling good. Are you feeling good?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling blessed.
I wish we had another pinhole in the deck.
Yeah.
But that's on us. Okay.
We chose not to have another pinhole in this deck.
I know what we chose. We chose that. So Rashida on the top 12. We just need to get into R&D twice. So having the spark is really important. So next turn we'll do spark. Hopefully the Nuka goes. We're running hot, and then we'll run R&D 3 times and win.
I mean, we spark. Do we definitely running hot the same turn? Like that, we're not getting maximum sabotage triggers.
Game's over in 2 turns.
Yes,
oh, it also could hit the Laamb. That would suck.
Yeah,
but
but
don't score Luminal. Biotic? Wait, this can't be good for us. Okay. Yeah, we win. We lose next turn.
Okay.
1 card from HQ. If it isn't the consequence of reaction stairs at 2 threat, 3 ablatives. Oh, fuck. We lose. GG.
Wow, brutal.
That was brutal, but we just could not put any pressure on. I was actually only on 6 credits. Maybe we should have face checked a bit more. We were so sure of 2 Hollowmen, but not like that.
Yeah, incredible he was only at 6 tries at the end. That is a very good point. We could have been putting up a lot more pressure. Did
It's
not
just
think of
like
that.
I don't think it does, right? Like if we run into a gatekeeper that's relatively bad. If we
Mhm.
find the last ablative, it's really bad.
Hmm.
But like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 3, 6, 7, 8. There's still 10 agenda points across 11 cards.
Yeah.
Where the agenda is. I still think running R&D might not be right there because we have no way of running twice, which means we can't actually win.
Begamot runs twice.
Yeah, no, but last turn. Like we went for a single. It's like if you steal 2
True.
points, how do you win? I think there's 10 points at 11 cards in R&D. Merit and off last turn. Oh, cool. Neat. Oh man, that felt really bad. I did not feel in control of the game at all. Maybe it was the fully ops, but it's I feel like we have to just send more pressure downtown. It's just the blatives on central servers were so backbreaking when the spin doctor came back on every pressure. 8 out of 12 in R&D. Like 8 points out of 12, yeah. That one seemed to be over early. Yeah, we had like very narrow lines. Maybe we played our what's it called wrong. Our labor rates wrong. We could have maybe done better. But
I
I
think he
was not able to
means
read that board state.
8 out of the 12 cards were
Yeah, I think so.
agendas.
No, that does
Yeah.
make sense. The deck's only on 9 agendas.
Oh yeah, true.
Jai, good game. I was wondering if the Iqua steal early was correct. I think for us, we were so cooked regardless that taking the Iqua off of you puts you on a longer path to score out. But yeah, if there was not 2 exablatives, like imagine on HQ is like a gatekeeper or a drafter, and we actually do get a Tristushka off, right? Like I think the 2 ice we see in the game are 2 ablatives that fire Tranquility Spin Doctor. Like I don't think we could have asked worse ice. And obviously
Yeah,
it's because like ice has no text against Banhar besides ablative.
Yeah.
That was
Are you
so
really
bad.
Yeah, are you really thinking about the threat text on ablative when you see an Ikawa that you can steal turn 1? Like, I'm not thinking about, "Oh, I'm gonna turn on the threat text."
Yeah. Yeah. I
Like
see in context of like turning on the ablative. I never considered that. I don't think you do.
no, like being halfway to winning is more important than that. Like I'm like, "Oh, well, yeah, this makes the game a bit harder, but I have an
Yeah.
opportunity to steal 3 points right now when it
Like
won't be difficult."
we res 2 ice. Like I don't think we
Mhm.
play around it. And if we don't play around it, like you're obviously not doing anything quickly with the Ikoa, but it's like we're not getting in too easily.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we do take it. I just think this is the worst case. I think maybe we should pressure server 2 more, but like if a gatekeeper fires, how cooked are we? I think we're like medium cooked.
Uh,
Shit.
hmm.
I think the fact that we played this deck and we haven't got either like Begamot or Laamb to do anything might be either a mismanagement of aggression. I think there were turns you could have run servers directly instead of pinholing. We were so terrified of the face checks. Like maybe there were 2 ice there, but like I read this board state as like this was server 2 was Managarm, a Spin Doctor on the following turn. I thought server 1 is Tranquility Mavirus, and server 3 I thought was a backup Hollowman. I don't think I read this exactly. Okay, so the Managarm's here, the Mavirus is here. This server is incredibly expensive. So this is like something we could have rezzed. Gatekeeper, Tattoo Bola. Yeah, that servers are actually really bad for you to res. It's only the one bad gatekeeper here. And this gatekeeper here is like whatever. I think pinholing, figuring out whether we should have pinholed the powers that be was like a big turning point. More remote aggression. It's like so hard though. And like, I know we had Banhar down, but before we had Banhar down, oh no, we had Banhar down in turn 1. Why didn't we regress on the remote server? We probably should have.
We had Banhar pretty early, but not turn 1.
I think in context, Jai, you had 17 credits on turn 2. So we felt like contesting wasn't good. 3 ablatives on centrals. The brands have to be somewhere, and they're the best dice ever except this matchup. Yeah. So really, really bad here for sure. Eventually.
the other ablative on HQ, I like that.
Yeah, it's really, really rough. Yeah, I don't think we played that great, but the beginning seemed really, really difficult. I would need to review the tape there. Good games across the board. Thanks, Tron. Enjoy the rest of the evening. We had 3 Banhar. Wasn't that what we mulled for? Exactly. Yeah, we mulliganed so hard for that. I want to save the replay, and I'll look at that later. Good game. Really interesting.
Yeah,
It's a game for both players. Yeah, it was cool. That ending is like not something I've seen, and like obviously Jai knows those lines, but I did not expect the double Hollowman play. It's expensive, but if you win the game, who cares? Yeah, it's on Vitruvius. It's not on 4-2. I should have known that. I played this list before. All right, bummer. Good game, man. That was fun.
Yeah, good games.
All right, Patrick. It's getting late. You gotta go rest
Yeah,
your ankle, huh?
I do got to go rest my ankle, but we should tell people one more time to please come to NANPC Montreal to
Yeah.
just blow Cascadia out of the water. Just
Get
absolutely,
'em.
like, we need to humiliate Cascadia and everyone who goes to the West Coast for it.
I'll have a
Please come to
video up
Montreal.
in the near future again. We've been working a lot of prize support. I was meant to pick up today. I felt really bad about it. Nick has the wooden deck box for the trophy,
Mm,
and I was like, I'll go pick it up today. I'll come by work, and then like I'm waiting for the air conditioner unit, which was meant to come between 9:30 and 1:30, and
mhm.
then it didn't show up till like 4:45. And he's like, "Are you showing up?" I'm like, "I can't. I don't think I'm able to." Are tickets up yet?
That's too
No,
bad.
they're not. The person at Silver Goblin that I'm in contact with, I sent them the art brief and the copyright, and it should be up now. I messaged them 2 days ago, and they said they've been a bit underwater because of the Bloomberg release. But
Mm.
I'll give them a call tomorrow to see if we can get it up as soon as possible. Look forward to seeing you all in
Bloomborough
two
does
months.
seem huge.
World's in 2 months. Where did the time go, Jai? I know.
Oh my
Telling you
god,
about it. I'm
two
super
months!
stoked.
Wow.
It's very,
Oh
very,
my
very
god,
soon.
2 months is man. There's stuff that I need to work on.
It's like really funny too, because I know I'm editing video. I've done most of my
Mhm.
editing this week. We're gonna do some commentary over the weekend. Pat and I, Neon Static is editing stuff too. But like right now, there's a rush to get the video footage out before there's a new ban list change.
Yeah.
Because it's the worst thing when you work on a project and it'd be like, oh, the meta is
Mhm.
different. Nobody cares to watch the re-education punitive deck or
Yeah,
world
that
tree or whatever
happened
it
right
is.
after Montreal NPC, right? Like
Yep, felt
there
bad.
were some significant bans. Yeah.
It was like 2 weeks after, like, oh, we banned DreamNet. I'm like, here's the winning deck
Hmm.
list, DreamNet Hoshiko, and at least the games are still pretty good. I need to get my
Hmm.
SG Nets page up on ABR. Yeah, good luck with that. ABR is down right now, unfortunately, but it should be back up soon enough. Stuff is stalling. Yeah, for sure. Cool. It's a bit
Wow.
awkward to do this with Pat because I don't think we've set it up. I'll set it up in the future. But this is normally where you get the Patreon scroll. I'm pretty sure if I do, it'll
Mm.
cut off Pat's audio, which I don't feel like it's a nice thing to do. But thanks so much to all the folks who support the Metropole Grid on Patreon. They give me the time to spend again the whole week largely editing together video stuff, so we can have some good in-game play, in-person paper play up on the channel. We have like 4 videos coming up in the near future. Otherwise, of
Mhm.
course, we'll be filming an NPC to get some more footage for that, and we're going to be back with some other video stuff talking about NPC Montreal, and we'll be on the weekend doing some casting.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for supporting the Patreon, and thanks everyone for joining us. It was good to chat, and I'll see you all soon.
I won't mention Padma next week. Don't worry. Not even once. Thanks for watching.
All right. Bye,
Ciao.
everybody.